All three of them. And one of them I did a double plug. I'll put it through there for you. It's fine.
Thank you very much.
It's all right, no sweat. Just go over a bit.
Yep.
Go over here. Drag this off.
Brilliant.
You need a double adapter or you're okay?
No, you're all right. Thank you.
Got the Caulfield coach.
Yep.
So you've got a
Few changes.
a little bit out of him.
I don't know how much you've got, but you should see it.
I'll have you.
I'll lift my tape it up so it's got the old-fashioned paperweights and everything down.
Okay. So you want here or there? What do you want to
I'll
go?
take it here.
Good idea. Yep. Yeah, the wind's going to come.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, a bit of a havoc here.
That's sort of just a general sheet. My spikes in the week and stuff like that at the end.
Yep.
And I've
So Ting's out.
Yep.
So he's gone overseas. Did say they're the number one. They're the number one contested possession team.
Yep. Okay.
Gotcha. Go with the rest of that.
I'd have been brief for it, but
So they're very uncontested.
Yep.
Type team that ships it around a bit. So
Yep.
that's something
it's drafting game styles. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can have a look at that as we go through.
Yeah, basically this year, sort of
So am I saying this or you saying this?
we'll sort of both weed this in. So, for
Yeah.
example, coming after a score every sort of 3-4 minutes, because not every stream has the score down the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, it goes, Camberwell lead, 1 goal, 1-7 plays, Caulfield the to score. That's brought to you by the Elgin Inn scoreboard.
Yeah.
So it's just just work its way in. And if the game gets really struggling, we can go the old around the grounds thanks to Wells and Lunch. But hopefully it doesn't need to get to around the grounds. It'll be a good game. That's usually when
I'll say you have to give the updates on the other games.
we'll just talk through it. I'll get it up. We need it. Hopefully it's focus on this and not the others.
Yeah.
Now, did I have this right? I looked it up on the internet. 290 games, playing days, North Old Boys, Williamstown, St. Helens, University of Captain, Port Douglas, and Ferris.
Yeah, it's Marty.
Always double checking out those.
Hey?
Always double checking out those stats and everything.
Jimmy. Good luck, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Well, yeah, good to see you. Good luck.
So how are you going to do the first 5 minutes? You got that's yours there, and
Yeah, so I'll do a little intro. I'll bring you in. We'll have a quick chat. When I said bring in the contrasting game styles. Maybe what's on the line for each team.
I might ask if it's fine just until the game starts. We just have conversations from I just got a message from apologies for mistakes.
Yeah, I'll bring you through. Yeah, I'll have an intro bring you in.
changed them this morning
Yep.
because some of them were wrong. Right, mate. Do you need something else? Okay, let's start. Number 9. That is wrong. Okay, so this is... hang on. Sorry.
I've doubled them up. There we go. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Good afternoon to wherever you are tuning in across Australia. Welcome to VAFA Premier B's Match of the Day, streaming live on vafa.com.au. We're at the Gordon Barnard Reserve today. There's a bit of rain potentially about. There's a bit of wind, so if you hear a rustling of the papers, just all our notes going everywhere right here. But we're here for a finals-defining clash here with the home team, Old Camberwell, taking on the Caulfield Grammarians. Camberwell now see themselves fifth on the ladder, 8 wins, 7 losses, with form to speak of, won 3 of their last 4, while Caulfield sit third on the ladder with 10 wins of their own, full of confidence, winning their last 5 games, all by under 14 points, including brilliant comeback win last week, kicking 3 goals in time on. It's a must-win game for both teams, with Camberwell looking to take a step towards 4th spot in trying to make finals, while Caulfield would solidify a spot in the top 4 with a win here today. My name is Jordan Mole, and alongside me is a man making his commentary debut, but he's a man who is not one that you don't want to look, or you want to look up his resume. I can tell you that right now. 290 games in his playing days with the North Old Boys, Williamstown in the VFL, and St Kevin's, where he was a premiership captain and won 4 best and fairest. And today...
And again, the Ammos have got the numbers. Filipovic, low kick. Oh, spinning through his Emery. Finds the sticks and drills it.
Looks to open things up on the right boot. Kate Stanton bends it around the body, and she's got it!
High up and under the full foot. Becky's taken a ripper!
A lovely ball, nut down Woofenden from the boundary. You are kidding!
Peg the margin back to 4 points. High kick. It's a beauty.
And they've won the flag in 2024.
Pretty potent, and conversely with Caulfield, with Lachlan and Ting not available, they're probably looking at other avenues for goal today. So we'll keep our eye on that one. But expecting a pretty tight game, but at home I'm probably leaning to the Wellers at this stage.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game here, and as we said, the conditions could be changing. A bit of wind about, and there's just a few dark clouds now on the horizon. So we got the warning from the ones here at the club lunch that it could be a bit of rain later on, so we might need to get the umbrellas out. But you had a bit of a chat to one of the coaches before as we're about to get ready for the first bounce. Bit of a contrast in game styles, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a chat to Paul, the coach of Paul Satterley, coach of Caulfield, and he certainly remarked on one of their strengths at the moment is their contested possession and winning that sort of battle versus Camberwell, certainly are an uncontested team and looking to own the ball a bit more. So that's something we'll keep our eye on. Whoever can get the game on their terms.
Well, we are underway here, slightly ahead of schedule, but we're not complaining as the first contest will be in the middle here. Old Camberwell going to the left of your screen as it stands, and Caulfield to the right. We'll have a quick stoppage here. As we said in the pre-match there, a lot on the line here for both teams. Potentially a final spot solidified for Caulfield with a win. Ball going inside 50 straight away for Camberwell. Tried to grasp it at that time was Thomas. Couldn't quite hold on. Followed up with a nice tackle though. Ball around 50 metres arc. A lot of players around it. Will be a ball up.
And one of the big sort of matchups in the midfield especially will be Jimmy Allen, the captain of Old Camberwell. He'll be up against McInerney or Edwards at this stage. Looks like he's got Edwards.
So thrown up here after the stoppage. A lot of bodies around it again. Will be another ball up. As you said, it's going to be quite a contested start, you think, with how much on the line. Both teams wanting to send a message physically, Luke.
For sure, and it looks like just Camberwell got an extra run behind the ball, so Caulfield sending one up around the stoppage as well. Minute.
So another stoppage here. So minute gone here, and then the first quarter. No real territorial dominance either side thus far. Again, ball thrown up, lots of bodies around it. Will be another ball up. So if the umpire's getting paid per whistle at the moment, he's earned about $35 in the first minute. So I think he'd be pretty happy thus far. Anyway, the back underway here. Handball, bit of a danger handball going back here for Caulfield. Well done though on the far side. Bit of composure shown that time. There's Sutherland, goes a retreat, kicks long down the line over to the far side. Numbers though with Caulfield. Dropped the mark that time. Again, over on the far side, just getting the territory here at the moment. Caulfield gets out the back now. Now they're running through Atkinson. What can he do? Nice side step. Good pressure on the kick, though. Just forced a little bit of a mistake. Ball close in the middle here. Lots of bodies around. It will be a ball up. So hot footy to start here, Luke.
Yeah, super pressure there from Camberwell. Caulfield were out over the back there. You can see there's a heap of numbers around the footy at each stoppage.
Certainly is. And, well, now it's going to be going the way of Camberwell. Go backwards to go forwards. Ball out now onto the commentary box side. Bit of a hospital kick, but no winner. First inside 50 now here for Caulfield. Bit of a grubber kick. Good mark from behind that time. That was Lachlan McGowan there, and a good strong mark, but put his teammate under a bit of pressure with the kick across the ground. Easily dealt with, though, and we can take a breath over on the far side as Finlayson's got it.
It's about the first time Camberwell have actually been able to own the ball here, so we'll be able to see a bit of their style coming out.
As you can see that, just over on the kick, and a bit of a pothole maybe on that side as they slipped over and put themselves under a lot of pressure over on that far side. I mean, not the cleanest footy to start here, but it's high pressure. Got to go win the ball as it's sort of ping-ponging around a bit. Handball game on the far side. Bit of a grubber kick going forward, but they're taking the territory. It's going inside 50 here, and geez, he just read that better than everybody did, Liam Thomas.
Yeah, he certainly did. As you said, the breeze is favouring the right of screen here, and Thomas just put himself in a position where the ball just fell short, and he was there to take it.
Well, he's equal first right now for goals kicked in Premier B's footy with 41. He kicked 5 last week against Old Melburnians, so he knows where they are. And this will be a great start here. First goal scoring opportunity for either side. So the wind, not massive, but there is some here, so we'll see how he plays it. 45 out on about a 50-degree angle. He comes on that right foot, waiting to see, and he's happy with that one. That's our first goal of the day here. Camberwell get the first. It's one straight. Camberwell, Caulfield yet to score on the Eagle Win scoreboard here, and he just read that better than everyone else in the air, didn't he?
100%, and he's definitely one of the best forwards in the comp, and so he'll be a matchup that we'll be watching very closely. The ball came out through one of the prime mids for Camberwell as well. Number 9 in Harker, who's another one who's having a great season. So if Harker and Allen in the middle start to get a bit of their hands on the ball, Thomas will get plenty of supply and plenty of opportunities to score.
It was the first sort of clean entry from either side. They made a little bit of a meal of it over on the far side before, but they just gained the territory, and I think early in this game that's what's going to be important, is they're trying to go backwards again here to win the clearance, sort of a Polly Farmer-style handball, but done well that time and picked up from Hopkins. He comes over to the near side to Harker. Back inside 50 again. Big, strong hands and a good mark that time.
Well, there it was again, wasn't it? Harker to Thomas. Thomas this time in front.
He got the Dukes out and just goes short there again. Just the required journey, and chance for 2 in just as many minutes here for Camberwell. And Harry Lawkins it'll be, and we'll have a great view of this one. He'd be having to kick at 50 metres. They should have some representation on the line here, you'd think here, Luke.
Yeah, especially with that breeze. We'll see how if it's picking up. It does feel like it's picking up a little bit, so I guess we'll guess from this kick. See from this kick.
So in he comes. You have to kick it pretty much right on 50. Ball's out to the right. We can see the wind just take that a little bit out further, and a good mark in defence there that time. Just to ease the pressure, that time from McInerney. Now he goes over on the far side, but turns it straight over. Not the start Caulfield would have wanted with their ball use. And a few clumsy decisions and just a few kicks have gone straight to the opposition. And speaking of clumsy, just kicked that one in the man on the mark.
Yeah, jinxed that one.
There we go. There's a commentator's got us. Another smothered ball. Is really sloppy here at the moment, but just a territory battle. Handball inside, gets a snap on the right. Is that going to do enough bend? Looks like it's too much, and will be a rush behind. So minor score.
You're spot on about Caulfield, though. They just haven't had any sort of rhythm to their ball movement at the minute. It's all been under pressure, so that's credit to Camberwell at the moment. They've started well.
Well, they're going to go over onto the far side. Just need something. Good fly from behind. Couldn't take the mark, though. It'll be a whistle holding the ball. So chance here for Caulfield, as you said, Luke, just to take a breath and get a bit of control on the ball. Now it's over on that far side. They're going to try and go quick. Numbers are here with Camberwell. At the back, it just sat that time from Dalrymp, and he takes it on as well. Does well. Goes with his left foot over the middle. Just overcooked the kick slightly, but sits for that man Hucker again. He's been everywhere the first few minutes. Just ran past that one. Handball over through. Could he go the one more? We called him before. Lockie Harker. He's going to go on the left, and he would have loved that moment back. Good run from him though, but had the man over the top there, Luke.
Oh, he's had a great start of the game, hasn't he? He's been everywhere at the minute, but you can just see when Camberwell get out into that space, they've got plenty of good runners coming through.
They just need to take the little bit of steam out of this game and just get a little bit of possession as that ball spoiled over the line. If you have just joined us, we played 7 minutes here at Gordon Barnard Reserve. Camberwell 1 goal, 1-7. Caulfield yet to score on the Eagle Inn scoreboard.
Camberwell still seem to get that extra behind the ball, and so that means Caulfield with one extra at the stoppage. They just need to be able to use that a bit more to get territory.
Well, it is going to be in that stoppage here, and he swarms straight away. Will be another ball up.
Ben Hart being that spear at the moment. He's an experienced campaigner, been playing VAFA footy for a long time.
Again, lots of bodies around it. Will be another ball up. So the wind has picked up.
Papers flying around everywhere.
Papers flying everywhere. The dark clouds are starting to come in. So both teams have to capitalise on, well, what's considered maybe good conditions at the moment. Might not be good conditions in an hour or so. As the ball's kicked down the line here, chance for Caulfield to get a little bit of run. Goes backwards to go forwards. Short little kick there, not the required journey. Grubber kick inside 50 though, sits for him. On the left here from 45, just a bit of a floater kick. No real thing there from Dobos, but they'll get a throw in inside 50, which is a win considering they haven't really won anything at the stoppage at the moment.
Caulfield wasn't much method to that, but they kept it going forward and were able to win that contested footy, which we spoke about before the game, is something that they'll be trying to continue to do.
So throw in here, first real chance for any just grabbed out of the ruck will be a push going the way of Camberwell. Just when they get something, it's a free kick in the ruck contest, and despite pleading his case, and Dobbers isn't going to change the call there. Right, I'm going to go over the far side. That's almost off the ankle, and that's got to be a mark. And he played on in the end, so a bit of a chance here for Caulfield for their first. Something out of nothing, if you don't mind. It's not exactly how you draw it up there, Luke, but they got it done in the end, and that time it was Thomas Williams who finished the job, but that's probably a little bit of a soul destroyer a bit for Camberwell because they've been all over him, and that there just a kick off the ankle, which happens.
Certainly was. That's one against the flow, but a bit of luck on Caulfield's way there. That might be, I guess, the start that they need. Williams is someone to certainly be watching. Is that small forward? He kicked a couple of absolute crackers last week against Williamstown in the last quarter, and again getting on from that form from last week.
Absolutely right. First goal of the day there for Caulfield. Haven't had the opening probably 10 minutes they would have wanted, but there's no real deficit on the scoreboard to speak of as we're back underway here. Ball on the near side wing here. Again, lots of bodies around. It's been a physical game here to start. Inside there, and will be another ball up. All right, 10 minutes going here. 1-1-7, Camberwell lead, Caulfield 1 straight. Here on vafa.com.au as the umpire takes a fall there and pays a free kick as he's sitting
the
down.
mud there, so he's a bit lucky.
If there's a spot to fall over, it's not in the middle of Gordon Barnard Reserve, I can tell you that right now. Will be a free kick going to Camberwell's way. They're going to try and go quick. He's put his man under a lot of pressure, but good composure to get out of it. Nice stiff arm that time from McCall, and now they're running through the middle. Can they hit a target inside 50 just over Thomas's head? Not out of danger here yet, though, Caulfield. Good composure shown now, and they're going to try and run over on that far side. Kick over the top, no target really in between. Lots of bodies around it again, and it's a hot footy, and that one there will be a ball up.
Yeah, look, Camberwell are really blocking those exits really well, getting out to those spots that Caulfield are trying to get through. Pressure's been super.
Back underway. Again, it's been a hot footy, and I said disposal efficiency wouldn't have been high for either team, but just those 50-50 contests at the moment. Trying to get some run that handball pretty much straight to the opposition, straight to McCall as he was on his team. Goes inside 50 looking for Thomas. That's a great kick if it's still in bounds, and it is. Brilliant kick inside 50. And an opportunity here right on the boundary line. Be interesting to see if he looks to pass it up or have a shot here.
This would be a very difficult kick from that pocket.
Well, if there's anyone that can do it, it's probably this man. And looks like he's going to take it on his shoulders, although tried to cut off the short click, was just smothered on the mark there. I probably just waited a little bit too long. Feel like in that situation you got to either go real quick or, just back yourself in. Yes, it would have been a very tough shot though.
Yeah, no, 100%. Caulfield did well just to block where the pockets of space were.
So thrown in here. The umpire didn't hear that one as About 30 metres out from Camberwell's goal, but cleared out here right in the middle of that mud pit as we see the slipping and sliding. Goes back here to Camberwell, and they can just take a breath. It was Hart there on the last line of defence, and they go over onto that far side, close to the boundary line. In fact, over the boundary line will be a throw in.
Yeah, you can see again where Camberwell are using their extra numbers behind the ball. If there's any sort of pressure coming out of the forward line, they're able to, they got +2, +3 behind and been able to get the ball back.
So thrown in here. Like Camberwell are really winning it at the stoppages at the moment. They've just got to get something on the scoreboard. Bit of a grubber kick inside 50. Came off the chest of the intended target in Harker. A lot of bodies around it. You can hear the thumps right here through our effects mic. And second efforts here. He's fallen over going after it, James Harker. But they're able to win it. Again, going backwards to try and get a bit of control. Right in front of us here through holding. Just need a mark here. Bit of a... He's that kick floated. McCall did well, and he's taken it on here. Goes on his left. It's a great option and a brilliant kick, as you said there, Luke. They have a chance to go quickly here if they want it. Veitch has got it. Goes through the middle. Good option, though, but just spilt the mark. Did all the hard work. Just couldn't hold on to it. Was Purcell in game number 50 here today. And now Caulfield potentially try and get some run of their own. Not a great kick to anyone in particular. We're talking off air about the skills in the Essendon St Kilda game last night. Well, it's not a hell of a lot better here in the VAFA as ball's kicked over onto the far side and a chance here for Caulfield to go inside 50.
Well, that certainly seems to be the difference, doesn't it? Just Campbell just a little bit cleaner at times and giving them more looks forward. DeBose, look, this wouldn't be out of question for him. He's a thumping kick, so I could see him kicking this one.
Well, you can tell he was just in the mud pit because his entire right leg, it's almost like he's got a leg sleeve on with the amount of mud he's got there. But he's going to take this one on his shoulders. It'd be a mammoth kick from probably 58 metres, and it's floating. It's floating a bit, and geez, he kicked about 56 metres and was just thumped over. So just under 15 minutes gone here, first quarter. Both teams 1-1-7 on the Elgin Inn scoreboard. Yeah, I said it before, Luke. I think Camberwell have been a bit cleaner. They just haven't been able to generate that into scoring opportunities.
No, and you know, that breeze is getting stronger, isn't it? So, you know, it probably could be itching up to that 2-3 goal sort of as the ball holds up there as it's going down up to the wing.
No mark taken there, even though it was claimed. Ball close to the boundary line right in front of us here, taken over the line. Yeah, will be interesting to see. It's no real direction of the wind too much, but I'm assuming there's much beneficial kicking to your right of your screen. But could swirl around here. Thrown in front of the interchange bench in front of us. No clear winner out of the ruck, and they'll do it all again. So these two teams did play in round 7 of this year. Caulfield winning 83-57, or 26 points. It was an 8-point game at three-quarter time, but a great last quarter from Caulfield saw them over the line. Let's see what happens here later today. Good run-down tackle from McCall. Wasn't rewarded with holding the ball, but a turnover was made. Tried to bounce. It's going to be a tough day to do any sort of bouncing on this ground. Tackle from behind. No whistle still. Bit of a hot potato ball, and McCall's got it again. Been really impressed with his game thus far, Luke.
Yeah, no, he's another one who's had a great start for Camberwell.
Again, a lot of players around. It should be a ball up. Eventually will get a stoppage. So throw up here. Near side wing. Slightly in Camberwell's forward half. No ruckman able to put a hand on it. Sort of a clearing kick here for Caulfield. Tried to stand under it that time, but sort of got poleaxe from behind. Was Neve, and will be another boundary throw-in.
Just another stoppage win from Caulfield, but only getting territory and not being able to maintain possession. It seems to be a bit of a story for Caulfield at the moment. They just need to get a bit more bang for their buck when they win the stoppages.
Well, there'll be another stoppage here. Slightly shallow throw-in. Whistle. Just waiting which way for him to point. Will be a Camberwell free kick. So going to go down the line here, but that was always going to be a turnover and a mark taken that time for McClelland. So goes for a gutsy kick here, booming kick should I say, flown from behind, went straight through the intended target's hands in Dobbers. as they're trying to run through here now. Handball on the near side. Can Camberwell get some bang for their buck? Great smother right in front of us that time from McInerney. Got absolutely swarmed straight away. There's a hot footy here at the moment. Could be an interesting decision here. Will be a ball up. Just so hard to get any clean ball, and it feels like when either team do, it's either a smother or a tip ball or whatever it be.
Well, tricky conditions, so it is hard to maintain the footy, isn't it? So you can see Camberwell trying to run it a bit more, and then Caulfield, just trying to find that space by foot.
Well, you can see the tough conditions right there. There's been quite a few players just fall over their own feet, and you can see that by the ground here at the moment. A bit of rain throughout the week, could have some later today. So inside 50 here for Caulfield. That's just got Camberwell names all over it and taken in defence that time from Dalrympa. Looking to switch here. Something we haven't seen too much of, as that kick there put his teammate under a lot of pressure, but handball now and try and get some run now through O'Neill. Keeps running through the middle. Here's West. Another smother. Geez, the smother count right now would almost be in double digits for both teams. There's been plenty of them. West follows up. Great tackle. Will be rewarded.
Yeah, they've got to use this now.
Certainly do, and they're trying to go quick. Good chase there, and just affected the kick a little bit. Shallow entry, good mark in defence yet again. And then they're going to try and go quick. Both teams need to get some bang for their buck at the moment, Luke.
Yeah, we're just playing a bit of up and down the ground, aren't we, at the moment, in between the arcs.
Certainly
both teams just turning the ball over at the wrong time.
Maybe they can get something here. Camberwell is right on cue. Just a bit of a grubber kick, but they do take territory from it. Does get it back. Good tackle. In fact, no, it wasn't. It was high. So chance for an inside 50 here for Camberwell. Feel like they've been the better team without putting anything significant on the scoreboard. Gets it back. Another grubber kick inside 50. Here's Thomas almost could pick it up. They wouldn't mind a stoppage here, Camberwell. They will get one just inside 50.
Yeah, conditions are really impacting this, aren't they? So maybe that wind is a little bit more swirlier than we first thought when we walked up here.
Yeah, we are shielded up here. I cannot complain with this position, as that one there just flew over everybody. I think Thomas has really been the only one to judge the wind for either team, as we saw with the first goal of the game, as it's turned over in the middle of the ground. There's a wave of running Caulfield players here.
No one to kick to.
Exactly right. They've just got to kick to space here, and he's worked incredibly hard. Has Williams. He has kicked the goal already. Can he follow it up with some heroics? But numbers are always there with Camberwell. And they can just take a breath here. Nearly 20 minutes gone first quarter. 1-1-7 each side on the Elgin Inn scoreboard.
Camberwell setting up really well behind the ball there. You could see they had +3 behind the footy, and Caulfield had nothing. So they've been doing that a fair bit in this first quarter.
That was a good kick going into the middle. Can they finally get something? It runs to 50, sort of a kick out into space. Feels like Camberwell have an extra number around the ball, as you said before. Bit of a handball, put them under pressure. Just need to get it outside 50. They do, but it's straight into the waiting arms of a Caulfield player, and they're going to have an opportunity here.
And, that's an experienced player in Edwards, just taking that little half second to be a bit more composed. And that's probably been the thing that's let them down at the moment, is that last kick. It's been shallow or bomby, and then Edwards just had that little half second and found the loose player for a shot on goal.
So it'll be Hugh McKenzie as the sun has come out here. So I almost feel like Camberwell, with their ball use, has been the better team, but if he can slot this through, they'll hold a goal lead. So McKenzie now, about 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. Goes on the right foot, and he's got it. Great kick there. Second one of the day for Caulfield. It's his first. 2-1-13. Caulfield lead Camberwell 1-1-7. 21 minutes gone here on the Elgin Inn scoreboard. And as you said there, just a bit of composure going inside 50 and a great kick to set up that goal.
Yeah, well, I would think Caulfield have had as much of the footy as Camberwell, if not more. But yeah, they just sort of shot themselves in the foot when they've got the footy in their hands. And so, they're up by a goal. It might be 2 or 3 goal breeze here that we're dealing with. But if they can jag a couple of late ones here, it's probably going to be all square, you'd think. And Camberwell would probably be to ruining a couple of chances they might have had in the first quarter.
Well, back underway here. Said a goal here either way, especially if Caulfield can get one. In the first 10 minutes they were pretty outplayed, but seem to have found their stride a bit in the last 6 to 7 minutes. Ball thrown up again. Been a high stoppage game thus far in the first quarter. No clear winner at ground level in the middle. Again, should be another ball up. and will be.
Again, we've got a heap of numbers around the stoppage. We've got one dropping off now from Caulfield for a +1, and Camberwell doing the same now.
It's been so hard for anyone to get any clean run out of the middle without sort of just whacking it forward and taking territory. There's another great example of it.
Yeah, it is. The pressure in there is pretty hot, isn't it?
Again, another stoppage. Can we get some clean run out of it? Doesn't have to be pretty, just got to get some territory, and it's shown there from Caulfield. Chance inside 50, but well read there that time from Dalrymp, but just turned it over with the kick. 23 minutes gone here. Can they jag a late one? Kick inside 50, flies from everywhere, good spoil from behind. Not out of danger yet. Ball ricocheted off about 3 people's feet. A bit of a loopy handball, put his team under a lot of pressure, and a good tackle that time. Shown there from West. And it will be a ball up right on the 50-metre arc here for Caulfield.
And they've, that long sort of kick to Bosch up forward is one they've sort of looked for when they're going forward and playing a bit straighter and not looking to sort of change angles as much as they're going forward.
Well, that one there was brilliantly kept in. Could they get something out of it? How will this be judged? Will be a ball up. Said no team's really been clean. Conditions have been tough. And I think the last few minutes Caulfield have just gone, bugger it. We'll just take the territory as much as we can as runners through here. Handball out. Could they get one here late?
Oh, well done.
Brilliantly done there. Just feel like they willed that one through. Just slowly built it up and got that one forward. And it's the third goal of the day for Caulfield. Brilliantly done. And a late one there just to seize the momentum going into the quarter-time break.
Yeah, look, I didn't quite pick up who came through there from Caulfield, but he sort of came off 10 metres off the pack and just surged his way through. It was a great little handball from there. And definitely in the last sort of 7 or 8 minutes, Caulfield are getting a lot more territory, aren't they? And getting themselves those opportunities. But I'm sure Camberwell would be ruining that one. Those sort of forward stoppage goals are ones you don't like giving away, and that's one that they'll regret.
Certainly right. Back underway here. Just under 25 gone, so not long left here in this first quarter. I say a couple of late ones here from Caulfield as saw them really snatch the momentum. So we don't have a 10 on the team sheet. We'll check at quarter time who kicked that. It was a brilliant finish. Can they get one more late one here? Kicked in, lovely stiff arm, great tackle from behind. Should be rewarded, will be.
Again, though, Caulfield winning at the source, getting the contested possession, getting the ball forward, giving themselves a chance.
Just over 25 minutes gone here. So just maybe get a little bit of possession and try and slowly build it up. Feel like they've gone quick, but it hasn't been clean. Kicked over to the near side here. Lots of hands around the footy. No one was able to mark it. Ball at ground level here now. Good pressure shown from Caulfield will force the ball over the line for a throw in.
Yeah, that might be just a pace thing for them. They just want to own the footy a bit with Caulfield getting those 2 late ones, and we're into time on now, so not looking to be as aggressive from the back half.
Thrown in here, right on the 50-metre arc. They get another one here. I said the first 10 minutes it was all Camberwell. Since then, Caulfield have done a great job. Just sort of came out in second gear, and since then they've really got themselves going. Kick straight in the air. Someone's got to go, as you said. Good spoil there, but lands in the arms of the Caulfield wave. Good tackle there. Will be a ball up.
Elwood's been pretty important, I reckon, the last 10 minutes as well in the middle. Big body in there.
So it's thrown up here again. Ball again just at the bottom of the pack and doesn't look like it's coming out and won't be. Again, another ball up. Let's try to taking the territory either way. I think might be the message at quarter time. Just thrown on the boot there. Will be spoiled over the line for another throw in. So if you have just
look like a couple of extra behind the footy now, so maybe they're just trying to shut down to the end of the quarter.
So if you have just joined us, Camberwell did kick the first goal of the game. That was through Thomas. Caulfield has since kicked the next 3. And 27 minutes gone here in the first quarter. There's been a lot of stoppages, so would expect there's still a bit of time left here. Handball right in front of us here. No one able to take clean possession. Good pick up that time. And there's Harker. Had a good start on their kick was smothered. There's been a lot of smothers here in the early going. Fly from behind was early. Will be judged unrealistic. And that kick there, oh, geez, that just about sums it up, I think, so far, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's one of those coach killers, isn't it? When you get the free, take the advantage, kick it on the full.
Oh, there's another coach killer. Coach killer's coming every single way, and will eventually go out of bounds. Or he actually went to call that and wasn't judged out of bounds. They wouldn't have actually minded if it went out of bounds here, Camberwell, because Caulfield's going to have an opportunity. That's going to be judged a free kick. So, geez, Harker, I thought he was out of bounds right in front of us, and it might turn into a goal for Caulfield in the end.
It looked pretty close, didn't it? And I think if he had it at his time again, he probably wanted it to be out of bounds. A shot here for DeBoge.
He had one earlier, DeBose. He kicked it 56 metres and a 58-metre kick, so he's got a good boot on him. This one here will test him, though. Right up against the boundary line. Goes the check side, just hits it a little bit skinny. We'll miss on the right-hand side. 3-2. 20, plays 1-1-7. Caulfield lead on the Elgin Inn scoreboard.
Well, it's pretty clear that DeBoge is the target ahead of the footy, isn't it? Like it's any sort of doubt, it's go to him. Here he is again.
He is. He likes to affect the contest, and he's done plenty of that so far. Will be another ball up as well. Thrown up again. 29 minutes gone here. Good chase there. Wasn't able to get out of it, and that's quarter time. So hot footy there in that first quarter. Not a lot of clean possessions from either side, but after a fast start from Camberwell, Caulfield were really able to just settle things down there, and they take a 13-point lead into quarter time. 3 goals, 2-20 to 1-1-7. It was a bit of an interesting quarter where Camberwell really started well but didn't get much return on the scoreboard, Luke, and eventually Caulfield hit their strides and got going.
Yeah, and you think the first 20 minutes you would say Camberwell had won the quarter but just didn't win it on the scoreboard, did they? They seemed to have as much opportunity or as many opportunities as what Caulfield did, and Caulfield were wasted their opportunities just by making some sort of crucial turnovers as they got possession of the footy in between the arcs in particular, whereas Camberwell were able to run that footy, get a few handball chains up, or be able to switch the play and own the footy a bit and get the chances to Thomas and co up ahead of the footy. And then it changed. The last 10 minutes, the game became a bit more on Caulfield's terms, and they were winning contested footy, through Edwards and Elwood and these guys who were just getting the ball forward a bit, but also being a bit more composed as they went inside 50. And so it'll be interesting to see how we go this quarter. I think it's probably Caulfield would be happy with that, to be 20 to 7 up. But so we'll see how Camberwell go with their shot with the win.
Certainly the case. Well, we're going to take a quick break here for quarter time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few short minutes. Caulfield lead, 3 goals, 2-20. Camberwell 1-1-7. Second quarter action in just a few minutes' time. Welcome back to VAFA Premier B's showcase round here on vafa.com.au. It's quarter time here. Caulfield lead Camberwell 3 goals, 220 to 117, 13-point lead. It was, if you did miss that first quarter, it was a bit of a unclean one, if I'm being polite, I would say. There's hasn't been the cleanest possession, kicking, handballing, whatever you want to call it, but really was a hot footy, high stoppage, and yeah, they really, neither team really struggled to move the ball with much composure, but I think it was a lot of credit to both teams as pressure acts, and we saw a lot of smothers, especially in that first quarter. Both teams would have been in double digits easily. So, well, both teams get to change ends now. We just stepped out of the commentary box here, and the wind really picked up. So there is a fair bit of a breeze going from left to right and just swirling around everywhere, to be honest. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here in this second quarter. So my name is Jordan Mull. Beside me here is Luke Mahoney. As we said before, we went for a quick break, Luke. It really was a high stoppage, unclean first quarter. It's pretty safe to say that probably is going to continue given the conditions.
Yeah, and I think due to the numbers, the high numbers around the stoppages as well. So you can see might be 4 versus 5 or 5v6 and the rest around the stoppage. So every time someone does win the footy, they've got to get rid of it really quickly. So combine that with the conditions that we have, there's going to be a lot of dirty exits that are coming out of stoppages. And so then it's becoming more of that sort of territory game, I guess, in these types of conditions. And so it'll be interesting to watch this quarter, especially with Camberwell having the breeze and seeing how they play with that. You know, they would be used to it. I would imagine, unfortunately for our eyesight, I'd say a lot of the footy might be over the other side.
Yes, I think it will be. Goal scorers in that first quarter. Just the one for Camberwell, that was Liam Thomas, his 42nd goal on the season. The goal kickers for Caulfield, Hugh McKenzie with one, Thomas Williams with one, and Kane Watts with the other. So Camberwell going to the right of your screen here in this quarter, Caulfield to your left, and we're underway here in this second quarter. Must-win game for both teams, as we said in the broadcast earlier on. Caulfield looking to basically solidify a top 4 spot, while Camberwell need to keep winning with it being so close to that 4th position, Luke.
Yeah, and it looks like Caulfield straight away have actually got one behind the footy.
Well, we saw in that first quarter, whether it be an extra one at the stoppage or behind the footy, is they try to go backwards here, Camberwell, put themselves under a little bit of pressure. Good composure shown there, or it was until the mark was dropped, but sort of creating an opportunity to get a bit of run here on this near side. Kick over the top, needs to be marked, and they're really trying to go quick, just out of the way of Harker. He keeps it in. He was good in that first quarter. Kick now to about 60 metres out. Mark wasn't able to be taken. Good tackle, will be a ball up. So it wasn't clean, but they just were able to get that forward there, Camberwell.
Yeah, you can see that they're looking to try and own that footy, and they keep presenting up and trying to move it that way.
And unfortunately, just giving up a free kick going Caulfield's way, and they'll go with a long kick. Numbers are with Camberwell. Ball did go to ground, no winner. Good pick up that time, but just sort of a bit of pressure on it, rushed the kick. It was Gale there with the kick. And again, they just put themselves under a lot of pressure, both these teams, with probably a little bit of over handballing. We'll go inside 50 now. Targets Thomas. Can he get on the second? Nearly got it on the third attempt even. Ball kicked out here now for Caulfield. Well done there at ground level. Just wasn't able to keep going with it. Was Veach, and out here to Harker again. Dribble kick there. No real intended target. And bombed out here in front of us. And I think they'll be very happy here with the bounce. Oh, he's paid deliberate.
Oh, wow. That's one of the...
To quote BT, boy, oh boy, wowee, that's bounced sideways. That was a Stephen Milne 2010 bounce about that one.
But you were right before, like both teams, they get ownership, they take a mark, they get a free, but they seem to want to go really quickly. They put themselves under more pressure.
Certainly have. Can they get a mark inside here just to try and get something on the board here, Camberwell? They kicked the first goal of the game, haven't really had anything major to talk about since. Quick kick out was almost falconed. Not out of danger yet here. Caulfield handball over the top. Will be a ball up here about 35 metres out from goal.
Yeah, we'll see how Camberwell set up here with the ball in their forward line. Plus 4 behind the ball.
Need to get some reward for effort. That one there just cleared out, but as you said, just got that structure there. Was dropped by Hart, but he's got enough time to compose himself and goes with the dribbler over onto the far side. Should be coming back inside 50 here. Not sure where that kick was going. It will end up going to a Camberwell player, but And they're just making it hard for themselves here, Luke, as Harker's got it here again.
Yeah, I suppose they were going to where their numbers were. They had all their numbers beside the footy rather than ahead of the ball, so they were looking for that, and they just missed the kick there, but put themselves under pressure.
So they go laterally here, just the required journey. So opportunity here just to take a breath as the wind is really starting to at least affect the commentary booth. I'm sure it'll be a bit more downstairs as that ball just really hangs in the air. Tough for anyone to mark. It's going to be a tough day, I think, for any key forward. Camberwell now, good kick there. It's always been the next one, though. Holding's got it. So far this game, they've been able to have that kick, but it's been the next one which has been a grubber or turned over. That one there, they go down the line looking for the big man in Thomas. That's a good, strong mark.
Oh, he's got one-on-one.
Needs to go quickly, does, goes to the hot spot. Ball really is floating. Good mark in defence there that time from McInerney. He's been good out there. And he'll go switch here quickly to Elwood.
That was a great mark by McInerney. Thomas just probably half a second too late. He had that one-on-one ahead of the footy.
Right, ball over now onto the far side. And it goes short again. We played 4 minutes here in this second quarter. Both teams yet to score this quarter. So 3-2-20 plays 1-1-7 on the Toorak Hotel scoreboard. Again, they go down the line, just held on to that time from Caulfield. And again, just going down the line, taking territory. And a lot of bodies around it. I think it's going to be a very high contested mark game. And again, over on that far side, good kick through the middle of the ground. And it's just that next one there. Look, good link-up play to Thomas. They keep it running. Can they get a target inside 50? Kick was just way too far away from the intended target. Ball's running out towards the boundary line here on the right forward flank. Good defence shown there. Was able to get a handball out, though. Good sidestep. Can they hit someone inside 50? That was the intended target, but unfortunately it's landed in the cricket nets. Good pressure there from Caulfield.
Yeah, great effort from Caulfield there. That looked like it was going to be a certain shot on goal, didn't it, with that sort of entry coming in, but some great pressure there from Caulfield. Kicked on the full. Caulfield look like they're pretty happy just to go long down the line this quarter, don't they? The only time they've really changed that angle was when McInerney took that mark and he was sort of running the other way. So we're just going to see a lot of kicks like this, I think, from Caulfield this quarter.
Oh, right on cue, that's what they do. And there's a lot of space in front. There's no one in front of Atkinson here. He goes on the right. It's sort of a kick that floats in the air, and it's a tough one to make, but you almost just take the territory there and bomb it as far as you can.
Holding's had another one who's had a really good start across the half-back line, just sort of playing off the play and reading the game really well.
So over on the far side now, McCall. He goes for a kick in the middle. Not his best. I would probably say he's had the most disposals on the ground, McCall. He's been good. That one there, though, just not an effective one. Again, geez, there's almost like kick-to-kick here at the moment, back and forth. There's Harker's now got in the middle for Camberwell, and will be 50 metres. So, as you can probably hear from our boundary line reporters, also known as the interchange bench, they're being told to go.
Caulfield already got their numbers back, so he's probably just going to have to go long. It's probably his only option.
Lockie Harker here, has he got the journey on him? Decides to go the kick to about 20 metres, 2-on-1. I wouldn't mind tricking over the line here, close to the line, over the line.
Oh, look, it worked that then, didn't it, for Caulfield? They had a chance of getting that over the back there for that sort of score, but that's, I guess, how we're going to see Caulfield trying to score versus Camberwell probably going to go a bit quicker.
Oh, they're in defence here. Caulfield tried to take the tackle on, had to get rid of it, and did. That was McInerney. He finds it back. High kick coming out of defensive 50. Numbers here in the flow from behind, and geez, he's claimed the mark there. Wasn't paid, got dumped afterwards, so a couple of things there that didn't go quite his way. There's now again, Camberwell feel they've had a lot of the ball here in this quarter. No result, though. They need to get something out of it. Harker kick inside, gets out the back, just needs to sit. Treat the boundary line's going to beat them all. And yeah, both teams yet to score here. Camberwell feel like they're pressing, though.
Definitely do. Those extra numbers they're getting behind the ball, so they're easily winning the footy back, but then it's that kick inside 50. Obviously, Caulfield don't have more numbers inside their 50, and so they've got to be able to find that target.
Now, probably about 85% of all the players are around this contest here at the moment. That one there are just sort of fumbling around, but they're able to clear defensive 50 here. Not out of danger. Good handball over the top. Was able to sort of shake a few tackles there. Was McKenzie, but then threw it on the boot and was out on the full.
Yeah, good pressure from Camberwell then, forcing that.
Got to get something on the scoreboard, though, here. I said, don't feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game either way, but they're all over them at the moment. They got to get something from it. Gets to the back here. Here's an opportunity potentially. Handball out to space. Good pressure in defence there. Comes off one of the players' knees, and we'll go over the line to a boundary throw-in. So they've been brave in defence here, Caulfield. They've been under threat the last sort of 7 minutes.
Yeah, look, I'd hate to say it again, but that's a bit of a replay, isn't it? Been the last 3 inside 50s have been all the same. They win the footy. They throw it back forward. Camberwell win it back. Turn it over.
A bit of a rinse and repeat here at the moment. Can we have a bit of a change of fortune for either of these teams? And the boundary line beats them all. Will be a throw-in here. So we played just under 9 minutes here in the second quarter. Both teams yet to score. If you have just joined us, Camberwell kicked the first. Caulfield kicked the next 3, and they lead by 13. Thrown in again, Harker. He's had a lot of it. He ends up getting it back and goes on the left. Can someone take a pack mark here? Just sat at the front. That man, McInerney, again. How impressive has he been?
Well, that's his second this quarter, isn't he? That he's been able to intercept here, and like that was probably the chance he could have gone out to the other side and taking that intercept mark and trying to get away from that line kick.
Oh, it's in the back pocket here. I just feel like it's down the line or bust at the moment. It goes short. Looking to switch here.
They're not going to get out over this side. Camberwell have covered that off pretty well.
I just feel like there's a lot of movement, but as you said, they've really structured up well. And that one there, tried to take the mark, did a good job intercepting it, just fumbled it over the line, but not the worst result.
No, Camberwell have done really well there. They saw that shift, and if you're shifting and you sort of get stuck in the other pocket, it makes it really difficult to change anything else than going down the line.
So again, we can hear the slap of bodies here. So there's a player down. Looks like he's just got one in the mouth there. It's good.
Allen in and under as always.
Yeah, he's done well. Again, 10 minutes gone here. It really has been a rinse and repeat the last sort of 5 minutes. Can someone take a mark here for Caulfield to ease some of the pressure? But we don't have the benefit of the sort of Fox Footy pressure rating, but I'd say for both teams it'd be quite high at the moment.
Oh, definitely. And the efficiency is probably quite low, I'd say. But again, that is a factor of both the conditions and the amount of numbers around the footy at the minute.
So it's going to be coming back here. Free kick out of the ruck contest. Going Camberwell's way. That's sort of a short kick. Had to put his body on the line and did well there. That time was Watt. Watt's got it here. One of the goal scorers from today. Goes short with a stabbing kick, and geez, they had to have some straight line footy there, and good tackle shown, despite the objections of the players. It will be a ball up.
And Camberwell again just had their numbers when they took the intercept mark, but they just got to probably start thinking about using them and shifting the ball up the top of the 50 rather than trying to just get it back inside 50. You've got to move the defence a bit more.
It's a good example over there and just stumped over the line. So, well, we do have another stoppage. I'll just make mention, number 17 for Old Camberwell today. Thomas Oliver playing his 100th game. Congratulations to him, and Lachlan Purcell as well playing his 50th. So a couple of milestones there for Camberwell. As we see, they've got their club luncheon going on behind us here at the moment. And they're looking to get something to cheer about. McCall, that's sort of a kick that was swirling through the air and professionally rushed over the line that time. So we do have our first score for the quarter, albeit a rush behind. Caulfield lead 3-2, 20 to 1-2, 8, 12-point lead here on the Toorak Hotel scoreboard.
Harker really good there, getting in first, really slick handball and giving that McCall that chance. Good intercept mark here.
That was Oliver, the 100th gamer, and tried to go for a kick inside 50. Was dropped. Should be a stoppage here. It's not the worst result. Just got to get something on the board here. They feel like they've had the last 15 inside 50s. The ball's barely crossed the halfway line this quarter. Got to get something on the board.
So at the moment, we've got 2 Caulfield guys ahead of the footy.
Oh, straight out of the pack here, just throws it on the boot. Oh, you beauty. That's more like it. James Allen, the captain, spoke about him a moment ago. Luke getting in there and doing down and dirty and just threw that one on the boot, and it's found its way through the big sticks.
Yeah, that's a captain's goal, isn't it? That they needed to sort of break this rut. There's been stoppage after stoppage, and Jimmy certainly be one who'd be loving that sort of situation of the game, and tough of the footy, bit of class as well, and a great sort of finish. you know, they've had territory, haven't they, this for the first 13-minute mark of this quarter that we're into. So it's this is a chance for Caulfield to win this stoppage, centre bounce and get the ball forward, give themselves opportunities.
Well, it's probably the first time it really has gone back to this part of the ground at all. Like, it really has just been stuck down the forward half of Camberwell this entire quarter. Can Caulfield get some run here? Still hold a 6-point lead. Said their only real inside 50 to speak of this quarter was one they got out the back and just had nothing forward and just had to kick one up in the air in hope. But it's in the middle here. McCall, again, been really good so far. Goes on the left foot. Chance for a back-to-back repeat inside 50s. Free kick will be going Camberwell's way. Thomas again. He's already kicked one. Kicked 5 last week. He's kicked 42 on the season. You're backing him from pretty much everywhere. But again, he does have the win in his favour, but it's still going to be a big kick.
I'll back him in, Jordan.
Well, it's for 2 goals in just as many minutes. Took them a long time to get their second. Again, they kicked their first goal of the game at about the 4-minute mark, and it took them a while. Can they get this game back to even? It's a very nice looking kick. It's a brilliant kick. And you can hear what the pundits think about it here. And we've got a tie game, 3-2-20 apiece. And I'll tell you what there, that is a beauty of a kick. Goal umpire did not even move.
Yeah, no, he's a beautiful kick of the footy, Thomas. That's why he's kicked so many. But you could just see, like, so ball went back in the middle for a centre bounce. We had less numbers in the forward line for Camberwell, and they were able to give that space to Thomas. And yeah, there wasn't a lot of space there for him, but he's a good player to identify where it is and took the mark and kicked the goal. So centre bounces become quite crucial in a game like this.
Certainly do. Well, 20 apiece here. Took them a while to get that second goal, but they've been able to get their third almost immediately, and maybe it is a 2-goal breeze potentially going to the right of screen depending on what happens in the remainder of this quarter. They've got to get something here, Caulfield. They've been outplayed here this quarter, very similar to the sort of first 10 minutes of the first where they were not able to put anything significant on the scoreboard. So 15.5 gone here, second quarter. Tapped out and just sort of kicked up in the air. Will go the required journey, so if it is marked, will be paid. Almost mark that time and will be balled up.
So behind the ball here, we've got McInerney, who's playing the +1 for Caulfield. Thomas is trying to round him up. And then we've got 3-on-3 in the Caulfield forward line. So everyone else is around the ball.
Will be a free kick out of the ruck. Not their first one. Put him under a lot of pressure, that handball. Not out of danger yet. Sort of dove on it here. Just sort of snuck up behind him there was Thomas Williams and just put pressure on that sort of handball. Thrown up again here. I feel like it's been a long time since Caulfield won a clearance. That one there, just going again inside 50. Or McInerney, a rare moment for him that he'd like to have back. Handball out. Can they get a 3 in just as many minutes? Floating kick will be well left. That time was Caleb Finlayson there.
Jimmy Allen, pretty good there, wasn't he? Big stoppage win. Then but able to give the forwards an opportunity ahead of the footy. McInerney dropped it, but yeah, a good chance there, gone begging for Camberwell.
Try to claim the mark over on the far side, not there, but yeah, as you said, the captain really stepping up the last sort of 8-9 minutes. We saw him kick the goal a few moments ago, and he's been hard in there, almost since where he copped that one in the jaw. That's almost really got him going. Caulfield looking to get something going here. Hasn't been much to speak of, as there will be a mark paid. Took no advantage off the mark, so we'll be coming back. So chance for, again, Caulfield to set up their defence.
And it looks like Ben Hart, who usually plays back, is being sent forward to try and match up those numbers that Caulfield are trying to get. So something that some coaches like to do and not allow that +1. They look to match them up, and so that looks like what Camberwell have done at the minute.
So again, inside 50. Love to see the inside 50s this quarter. It's been almost probably 20-1. Handballed out. A few calls for holding the ball, not paid. Good rundown tackle. Will be interested to see this decision. Ball did come out. Brave defence here from Caulfield, but they're not out of danger. Handballed out here to Thomas. Just throws it on the left boot. You're kidding me. Geez, he's a star. That's his third. And Camberwell, well, they've kicked 3 on the bounce. They lead by 6.
Well, I was just sort of sitting here watching him then, and he just let it all unfold in front of him. The numbers were all just following the footy, and he just thought, I'll just stand out 10 metres outside where all the numbers are. Ball popped out to him, and he's on his own, and he throws it on the boot, and good players finish well. And so, yeah, again, a bit of a goal out of nothing, but again, Thomas just didn't get sucked into where all the play was.
You feel like they're getting their reward for their effort here this quarter. They've really controlled the territory for a majority of this game without having the reward, and the last sort of 7 minutes or so where they've been able to kick 3 goals has finally got it going. It hasn't been conventional goals. It's been 1 from 50. It's been a couple just thrown on the boot, but that's what they deserve. As Caulfield now finally going to get an inside 50 for only the second time this quarter. Gets out the back. Can they get an immediate response here? Just thrown on the boot. Across the face. In fact, will be a minor score.
So this is Caulfield's chance to try and own the ball in their area for a little bit. Let's see how they set it up.
As it's kicked out onto that side, as you said, Luke, they've got to find a way to keep it down here for a few repeat entries, just as Campbell have done this entire quarter. Handballed out onto the far side. First man to it will be McCall. Be interesting. There could have been a trip, not paid. Handballing back here for Caulfield, back inside 50. Again, that ball just floating in the air. It's going to be tough to have any sort of forward entry and judge how far that ball's going to go. Will be thumped over the line for a throw in.
Yeah, they've done well. They did well there. So they've got the ball in their forward line for a stoppage, and it's going to be difficult this end of the ground to be able to find that pass inside 50. They're probably going to have to manufacture goals through stoppages or big turnovers.
So thrown in here again. A couple of repeat entries, bit of a danger kick out into the middle. How will it bounce? Lovely sidestep that time from 40 for an immediate reply. Looks like it's just drifting across the face and is. That was Harry Neve with the minor score, but much better the last sort of minute and a half from Caulfield compared to what we've seen in sort of the first 18 minutes.
Yes, that's one of those big turnovers I was talking about. Pretty dangerous kick when you're kicking the ball back in the middle of the ground in the 50-metre mark. So a chance for them, but again, here's a chance for Caulfield to win the footy back.
So it comes out of full back here. Again, floater kick, flyers everywhere. No one able to take the mark. A good repeat tackle there. Almost should be rewarded. Won't be. But it will be a throw in here just outside 50 for Caulfield. 20.5 gone here, second quarter. Serious fly there out of the ruck, but not able to win it. Camberwell get the clearance. Sort of kicks out to the middle. Bounce really didn't suit anybody. Needs to get the handball out. Does, but it end up going backwards. Put under a lot of pressure. Thomas with the pickup. Can they get another one here from left from 50 metres? Wasn't able to get that one straight. Just missed to the left. That was Robert West there.
They had Hart on his own. I think he sort of slinked off, being the 7th forward. He sort of got some space there. He was on.
So sun shining again, and very similar to what a few Caulfield players have to do there. I've got to wipe my eyes with the sun coming back out there. So 21.5 gone here, second quarter. Campbell lead 4 goals, 3-27. Caulfield 3 goals, 4-22. Another smother
again.
There's been so many of them in this game. There's been some ones that have been really good. There's that one there. Will be holding the ball. Will be coming back to Caulfield. I feel like some of the smothers have been really exceptional, but some they've just kicked it straight into the guy.
I think more than half, haven't they? They've been from a free kick or a mark where, for whatever reason. Great mark.
It's a good, strong mark there from Sam McInerney. Another one of the McInerney brothers. They've done well with marking. Can they get something going inside 50? It's going to be tough to judge with a win. Good mark there in defence.
Gales had a good quarter, so he would have come down from the wing there to help out the backs, and that's a good mark.
5-point lead here for Camberwell on the Toorak Hotel scoreboard. Kick now onto the far side. Feels like their link-up players getting a lot better throughout the duration of this game, and that one there thumped. It's a dangerous spoil. He's got to make sure he wins and be the first one to the footy. He played that brilliantly there, and did Petic. So always dangerous spoiling back towards your own goal, but did very well there.
That was heart in the mouth stuff, wasn't it? But he was good enough to get back and mop it up. He did very well.
As a goal again, the ball kicked over on the far side. I feel like it's really lived on that side for a majority of the game. And just back here through few defenders. Geez, that's a real grubber kick there. That really put a lot of people under pressure. Low stabbing kick inside 50 here. And I'll let the coach next to me talk about that one. Probably not the way you want to kick it inside 50.
No, it was probably a little bit too rushed, wasn't it? So his eyes lit up a bit and caught him between passing and kicking, having a shot on goal, and just sprayed to the left a bit. But the game seems to have opened up a little bit. Caulfield seemed to have a few more opportunities to sort of chip the ball around and find a little bit more territory rather than going long. As I say that, they probably have to go long now down the line. No, they're looking to switch.
Well, they've really locked them in this half for really 95% of this quarter. They just have no movement, and they're rushing that kick down the line here. And it was a good fly there, but he was always outnumbered in the air. Chance for a kick inside 50, and geez, they nearly spoiled each other. But it will end up getting into the arms of the forward there. Thomas looking for his fourth, but was beaten to it by his teammate.
Again, I touched on Holding earlier. That was a great bit of play from him. Just again, that's that little bit of composure. Spotted. Well, he had two options, didn't he? And Lawkins was the one that got in. Lawkins is a good shot on goal too, so I'd expect him to be a very good chance of kicking this one.
So Harry Lawkins here, right behind this one. Be about a 45-metre kick, 45-degree angle for the fourth goal in this quarter for Camberwell. Their fifth of the day. In he comes, starts right, continues right, will miss to the right. So 4-5-29, plays 3-4-22. So 7-point lead here for Camberwell. Just under 25 gone here on the Toorak Hotel scoreboard. Coming now out for Caulfield. Can they just get something going? Fly from behind there from McInerney, and Mark not paid, much to his objection. Handball out. Bit of a danger ball here. That one there's got to be a free kick, and will be. So there'll be another chance on goal, this time through Veitch.
Yeah, McInerney a bit unlucky then. Must have been touched off the boot maybe. Thought he had most of the purchase on that one. Pretty crucial sort of 5 minutes coming up for the game, really. Like Camberwell shot on goal here. If they kick a couple, it's going to make it really hard for Caulfield.
From 50 here, looks like it's drifting right. Is that... Oh, I was going to say nearly marked on the boundary line, but it was over. So, like I said, Camberwell, they've been far the better team this quarter. Their forward entries, though, they've probably had upwards of 20. And, look, they do have some reward for it, but feel like they've left a little bit on the table. There is still time there, so in this quarter. Good mark there in front of us from McInerney.
Yeah, well, you said it before, didn't you? The McInerney brothers are certainly impressive in the air.
Goes short. Kick just the required journey. And another one, just picked it off. Much better here from Caulfield here, Luke.
Oh, this is the way they've got to move the footy a bit better. Rather than getting just caught down the line, seeing if they can find those sort of shorter hit-up options.
Here's that McInerney again, was over his head. Can someone sit for a goal here? Would be really against the run of play. Keeps it low and kicks the goal.
Yeah, that was a great goal against the wind. That's how you got to score them, you know. But those shorter sort of kicks that you're able to lengthen the ground up a little bit more and be able to find more space as you're moving it up. McInerney again with his intercept mark was an important one there, and then be able to get over the back where all the space is, and a great finish from DeBose.
That was his first. And yeah, as you said, very smart. Kept it low. Didn't put any chance to have the wind to have an effect, and really against the run of play there.
And Neve, I think it was the 31 for Caulfield. What a kick that was too. Just that bullet kick just really opened the play up.
So really against the run of play there. Probably only their fifth or sixth inside 50 it really is a one out forward. This is old school.
Yeah, it's DeBose and his opponent at the minute, and that's it.
A quick kick out here from Caulfield, and it'll be a one-on-one, which is a rarity in modern-day footy. Might be going that way. And he get the handball out, and he's yelling out, "Get it forward to me, boys." Ball around 55 metres out from Caulfield's goal. Good tackles. Argument for a sling, but it will be a ball up. Yeah, really one out forward, which is, almost a bit...
Camberwell should have one extra somewhere. So he must be up at the footy because Caulfield have gone extra behind the ball. And
this to take the lead, it would be incredibly against the run of play, and it is. Goodness gracious. Just how quickly it can turn, and there's a few Camberwell players going, where is everybody? And I think it's a fair argument. And that one there just, again, just completely against the run of play, and it's starting to add up a little bit now because they really were the better team, but they've got nothing to show for it at the moment.
Yeah, well, we spoke about centre bounces and how important they are when you're going against the wind, and Caulfield were pretty smart there, weren't they? They put all their numbers up at the stoppage. They let DeBoge one out. They had space in between that stoppage and their goals, and they were able to manufacture one. So, great setup from Caulfield. And yeah, as you said, that we talk about 5 minutes here. Well, Caulfield have won the last 5 minutes, and Camberwell need one all of a sudden.
Certainly right. It was Flynn Ellis there, number 26 with the goal. As now, as you said, this game is starting to open up just a little bit. So just a tick under 29 minutes gone here. There's been a few stoppages this quarter, not as many as last quarter, but a few more goals kicked. So still probably time left for one more either way. Camberwell, much better team this quarter, but Caulfield just a bit cleaner when they were on top, which has really only been the last 2.5 minutes. And they've started to win it at the clearance. There's your spare you talked about, and they've done a good job of that so far. So, ball kicked back inside. And Thomas again. He's got the mark, and that's not beyond him from here, is it?
Well, he kicked that one earlier, didn't he, from about the same spot. So, you'd think late in this quarter that it's probably the best option here to have a ping.
Oh, the runner's just yelled, you can kick it. Now, he'd probably be kicking this. Now, the wind at the moment feels like it's died down. He would be kicking this close to 60 metres. Well, he's already kicked 3. So he's currently leading the goal kicking in the Premier Bs. Can he have a 4th on his day? Just waiting to see if it has the leg. It's straight, gets right to the line. And it will be rushed through for a behind. And that'll be right on the siren. So just 1 metre short there of what would have been a monster goal right on the half-time siren. But a intriguing game thus far. It's been a game of really 15-minute passages either way. Camberwell on top for a majority of that quarter, but Caulfield a late surge got him back in front. 5 goals, 4-34, plays 4 goals, 6-30, 4-point lead for Caulfield. And the game really did start to open up that probably last 8 minutes or so. But Camberwell, they had a lot of entries that quarter, did not get the maximum reward for it.
Nah, spot on. So I jotted down, Allen kicked that first goal in the 13-minute mark of that quarter, but before that, if you remember, the ball was pretty much buried in the Camberwell forward line for that full time. They were able to then score a couple of more quick goals. They scored their 3 goals in a 5-minute spurt, which you thought that was the start of something for Camberwell to really go on in this half. But then credit to Caulfield, they sort of chipped away. They started to move the ball a little bit better rather than just this slow long down the line. They were able to find a few more gaps as they moved the ball up. A few smart plays by getting numbers up at the stoppage and leaving their forward line open, and able to sort of create those couple of goals from nothing really. And so they'd be pretty happy going in 4 points in front, because the 20-minute mark of the second quarter they were certainly up against it. So it's the wind is having a big sort of say, isn't it, in the game, and so they've had a go at it each, and we're pretty evenly poised.
Certainly are. Just shows how quickly it can change. But we are going to take a break here for half-time. This is VAFA TV with vafa.com.au Premier Bs showcase round of the day. All Premier Bs matches being streamed live. Like I said, take a quick break. 5 goals, 4-34. Caulfield lead. Camberwell 4 goals, 6-30. Don't go anywhere second half in about 10 to 15 minutes or so. Welcome back to VAFA Premier B's showcase round here. It is half-time in Caulfield versus Old Camberwell. Caulfield lead 5 goals for 34. Camberwell 4 goals 6-30. A dominant quarter from Camberwell for probably 85%, but not able to get the reward on the score. Now, just before we do go through a couple of stats and give our preview of the second half, we'll just go around the grounds thanks to Wellsman Lunch. I'll just throw over to Luke here now to go through around the grounds because it's so close, especially for that 4th position here in the Premier Bs. What are results in the other games at the moment?
So, yeah, at half-time, Old Ivanhoe 3 points up against Old Geelong, which is a big game for Old Geelong, who are trying to stay in touch with the top 4. Trinity 65 to Fitzroy 23 out at Trinity. Carey 49 to 34 at half-time out at Carey. That's another big game to determine the top 4. And then a close one out at Elswick Park, and geez, the wind must be blowing an absolute gale there, I would imagine, right now. We've got Melbourne into 52 and Hampton, who haven't won a game this year, on 50, so it could be a big chance for an upset there.
Certainly the case. Well, both teams back out and just doing their final preparations for the second half. And just as we had a break at half-time in the first quarter, if you were with us, it was beautiful. The sun was out. There was a little bit of wind. I can tell you right now that has changed dramatically. Some really dark clouds coming over the pavilion here at the moment, and the wind has picked up. And I've got a feeling that conditions, which are already tough, are going to get a lot worse here, Luke.
I think we only need one more season, don't we? And that's for the rain to come, and then again that'll make it another thing for these two teams to get over. And I think we've had 3 goals by both teams going with the breeze, and Camberwell scored 1 against, and Caulfield scored those 2 against in the last 5 minutes. So it's again going to be one of those games where Caulfield will be able to looking to utilise the scoring end, and Camberwell trying to stop that from Caulfield. I suppose to Caulfield's advantage at the moment, if that rain does come, we might have to look at the radar and see how far away it is. It'll play in Caulfield's favour if they get the opportunity to use the breeze this quarter, and then the rain comes. Camberwell could be a bit unlucky from that position.
Certainly the case. Well, all our team sheets here. We'll see how long they can last. Hopefully it's just a few droplets, but we should be right. I think if these players can go through it, I'm pretty sure we'll be right up here in the commentary box.
An open-air commentary box, Jordan.
It certainly is. I see the effects mic here at the moment. You're probably hearing a few sniffles and a lot of wind coming in at the moment. But we are about ready to get underway here for the second half. As we said in the pre-game, both teams must win at this point of the season. Caulfield, if they're able to get the win here today, pretty much locked into finals. And, well, for Camberwell, they just need to keep winning that 4th spot, as we said with the around the grounds before. It's so close at the moment.
So from the start, we've got Camberwell with a +1 behind the ball already, so 7 defenders.
So here we go. Start of the second half. Going to be tough conditions for both teams, but we'll see what can come of it. Camberwell's going to get the first kick. They're going to the left of your screen this quarter. Caulfield to your right. Most of the scoring's been to your right, I would say, with the win, but we'll see what happens. But first, inside 50 going Camberwell's way. Bounce really didn't suit anybody. Under a bit of pressure here, Caulfield. They do well, though, just to show a bit of stability and go with a booming kick out onto the far side. No winner there. Good tackle shown. Should be a ball up. No, it'll be holding the ball. I don't know, where was the prior opportunity there, Luke?
It was pretty slight, but that's to Caulfield's advantage.
Caulfield will go inside 50 here. A few numbers there. Allen, good second quarter.
Well, I thought he was going to wave the arms a bit then too.
There's just a little delay, and you get nervous when you feel that as a player. So a minute gone here, third quarter. So if you weren't with us for the second quarter, Camberwell really had control. Just couldn't put anything significant on the scoreboard. High kick there, marked in defence, and quick play on. Goes over the top, trying to get some run onto this near side. Kick very close to the line. And he can make an argument it was centimetre perfect and kept it just inside the field of play, and it will be a throw in.
And that intercept mark was from their +1 at the moment. So Ben Hart, again, is the one who looks to be getting off.
So thrown in here. It's going to be a tough day tough second half, I would think, for the boundary umpires with the wind really starting to pick up, and that footy getting wet. Quick kick inside 50 here for Caulfield. Bit of holding going on, but good mark in defence taking that time.
That's,
from Gale.
Gale again. He's certainly worked his way on the game. He had a great second quarter, and that was a good mark there again.
Just kept that kick inside the field of play there. Again, just down the line. Bit of play on the near side, which is a change of pace. That one's just stayed in. Again, two that very close to the line. Isn't it? Yep. We'll be thrown in here again, and it is starting to get real chilly up here in the commentary box, and I'm sure it is down there at ground level. So McCall had a really good first half, had plenty of the ball. Here's another man who had a good first half in Harker. He goes over the top now, a little bit of run. It was through Finlayson. He goes over the top, plays on quick. Great run down tackle. Not rewarded, in fact. Maybe he bumps. Maybe that was the decision, but not sure about that one there. But it was well done there from McInerney. He's been really good.
That was a great chase from McInerney. He must have started 10 metres behind then, and to be able to impact that kick. He's actually the +1 for Caulfield at the moment.
He has been everywhere. Both McInerney's, in fact, have been good for Caulfield. There'll be a free kick going Caulfield's way. Or maybe a square up from before. As kicked out into the near side, and there's your wind right there. That looked like that was going to land in the lap of Atkinson, but landed about 5 metres over his head.
Yeah, just don't know if that was the right kick. You've got the scoring end here, and that was probably a bit too conservative.
Again, this boundary jumper on this side getting a workout so far this quarter. It's about his 5th boundary throw in 3.5 minutes. Might get another one here as will be a ball up just inside the field of play. Both teams yet to score this quarter. Camberwell currently trailing by 4. As Allen again, I feel like he's really had some big moments. Kicked a great goal in that second quarter. That was a early contender for goal of the day. We'll see what happens here in this second half, as that's a spiralling kick. Good luck marking that one. Well done.
Good mark.
Fraser Wells there. That was a great mark there, Luke.
Yeah, he read that really well in the wind, didn't he?
Out here to Harker. Again, someone who's been everywhere. Lockie tries to go over the top again. It's been this link-up play that's been tough for them to do all day. Good run-down tackle again, not rewarded. Still not out of danger here, Caulfield. Just need to get it out. Kick. Well, didn't go the required journey. Kept in by McInerney. Good link-up play here. Back to the other McInerney. Dropped the shoulder. And as soon as it wasn't awarded high, you'd reckon it was almost automatically holding the ball.
And Camberwell worked the ball up really well then, didn't they? Just with the short hands, short kicks, and gave themselves some territory with some pressure behind it.
So West, he's going to get it inside 50 here now. Not an amazing kick, no mark. Numbers at ground level, McInerney just bombs it out. Again, another mark taken by Wells. Goes laterally. Interesting kick, and almost put his hand up to say, apologies, I shouldn't have gone there.
Well, they maintain possession, so you know, while they're not going forward, it's probably still the right option with the wind.
It's a great kick there to Harker.
That was a great kick from McCall.
Goes short again. It was spoiled from behind from Thomas, so kept it alive, but now maybe Caulfield can launch over on the far side. There's not much to kick to except the running players, but that one there, the bounce just did not suit him. He would have been out there, Atkinson, if the bounce had him. They're not out of danger yet, though. Great tackle shown there, and not a bad result given the poor bounce there for Caulfield.
Well, that's the way Caulfield need to go, don't they? Get out in the open side quickly, put it out into space, and that was just an unlucky bounce.
So thrown up here. McCall, again, he has been everywhere. Him and Harker really have controlled that midfield for Camberwell. This man as well, Allen, he'll retreat. Short kick back to McCall, just the required journey will be a mark, and they're going to try and go quickly now. Looking to switch, it was probably the right option, just a terrible kick, and played on running through here. Was good mark taken by Webster. He comes out now, booming kick from 70. Misses to the right. What's your thoughts on that one there, Coach?
It probably was the right kick, but you know, I think in the conditions, the wind just grabbed it, didn't it? But I think the moment that the thing that Caulfield would be thinking about would be the stoppages. Camberwell seem to be winning a fair bit of the stoppages at the moment and getting their hands on the ball first, which Caulfield need to get back on top of.
There's that one there, as we can really see conditions now. Wind is just really starting to have an effect. That one there was just out of reach of the 100th gamer in Thomas Oliver. So will be a throw in here for Caulfield inside forward 50. 7 minutes gone here, third quarter. Just the one score this quarter, and that was a behind score just before. 5-5-35, just thrown on the boot there. That won't trouble the scorer as that one. I've seen a few goals this game, though, where someone's just grabbed it out of the ruck, thrown it on the boot, and it's somehow found its way through.
Well, we've seen a lot of stoppages today, haven't we? And we've seen a lot of kicks under pressure, and so there's another example.
Talk about kicks under pressure. That was off out of bounds on the full, but it just went straight to the opposition. McInerney, good second effort, left foot kick. Tries out the intended target. Wasn't able to get after it, though, close to the line. Good kick inside, good mark taken. Created something out of nothing there. And they've got an opportunity for their first of this second half. Feel like they've controlled the territory a little bit more here the last few minutes. It'll be a snap around the corner. Always tough when it's a bit windy and a bit wet, so you just got to be careful on your ball drop. So it goes on the right. Looks like he hits the belly of the ball, so right on cue there. And just snuck it through for a behind, or will be a... It will be a behind there. So, again, just hit the belly of the ball, so I wasn't able to get anything there.
Well, I think the other thing for Camberwell, like they're getting good looks when they're short passing, but in their half of the ground, and I think that's the bit they just need to be conscious of is not taking that risk in Caulfield's half of the ground. You saw that turnover there; it was just probably just trying to bite off a bit too much.
So, ball's out in front of us here. Harker, not a bad kick given the conditions, and it's going to sit for the intended target. They're out here. He's going to take a mark. James Harker now. Will he take another one, or will he find a target? Oh, comedy of errors. He's dropped the mark here as well. Got taken high, and that is 20 seconds of football that no one wants to rewatch.
Well, I think what we did see, though, is Camberwell went long out of their back line to the numbers, and then they were able to get that kick over the back and create that chance for them.
It was actually a great kick from Lockie Hunter there, Harker, should I say. There's a fly from behind there that will either be a block or an unrealistic. Will be paid a block. Will be going Camberwell's way, much to the objection of the Caulfield players. And Camberwell back inside 50 here. Can someone take a mark? Good fly there from Allen. Complained for chop of the arms. Didn't get the free kick. And Caulfield now over on the far side, looking down the line. No mark. A lot of bodies around it. Should be another stoppage, will be. And just under 10 gone here, third quarter. Caulfield lead 5 goals, 6-36. Camberwell 4-6-30 on the Toorak Hotel scoreboard.
Sort of started like it did the first quarter, isn't it, for Caulfield, where they sort of had their chance or had a bit of the footy in their half, but unable to score.
Long handball is taking the territory, which is sort of what they did in the first half, and when they were able to do it, it got them going. And here's an opportunity now. Kick inside 50. It might get over the back of everyone. Great mark in defence there that time.
By Hart.
Ben Hart, great job. He's been really good today, and we'll get 50 as well.
Yeah, well, as they have all game, Camberwell, when they've got the extra numbers behind the ball, they're just organising themselves really well. And Hart, he must have taken at least 3 to 4 intercept marks this game.
So Hart goes short. Yeah, she's got to get it back here, Hart. So it really turned it from one side of the ground to the other. And another mark inside 50, and take a guess. It's that man again. Chance for his fourth. Thomas nearly kicked one right on the halftime siren. Was a metre short. He was a metre short on a 60-metre kick before. I don't think he'll have any trouble with the distance here, I would say. Only 30 metres out. Slight angle.
And well done to Ben Hart again. Like the overlap and how that created just an extra 10 metres to get over where all the players were, to get Thomas in that sort of one-on-one situation. A great bit of play.
So Liam Thomas here. He's already kicked 3. 44 goals on the season thus far. This is his 45th. His 4th and his team's 5th. In he comes, and he's got it. First goal of the second half to Camberwell. And that was all started, as we said there before, by Ben Hart. Great mark in defence. Got the 50-metre penalty, followed up with it, got it forward, and a great mark there from Liam Thomas. And he's not going to make any mistake. And, well, it's 36 apiece here on the Vic Pole Lighting Solutions scoreboard. So conditions are going to be tough, and when you've kicked 4 goals in this sort of game, it's a hell of an effort because it's going to be a tough day to any team to be getting anywhere near 10, 11 goals as a team, you would think.
Important goal. They're pretty rare up there, aren't they? So to get that first one for them puts them in a really good spot. Caulfield need to turn the ball game back onto their terms.
So back in the middle here again, 36 apiece. McInerney out of the middle, should I say, and bounces away from anyone. Hard again, set up the last goal. Can he get some run here on the near side? Good handball link-up chain here. That one there went high. Harker's got it. They've kept running here. Finlayson goes back to Harker. They're starting to cut him up here at the moment. Brilliant handball chain. It's just this next kick. Can they find somebody wearing their colours? They can't.
It's good ball movement, though, wasn't it? That's how they need to get the ball up there.
Yeah, really opened up. That's probably the first time we've seen some real end-to-end footy, and now Caulfield, could they potentially get it? They've got numbers out here on the near side if they want to go. Bit of indecision. Handball over the top. Does go to the middle, though. Kick inside. It's going to go past all the defenders. Great mark.
Great courage. What a mark.
Great mark there. Kane Watt. Courageous. And he is down. And we'll just wait and see what happens. But that's a great mark going back with the pack.
Yeah, no, he didn't know what was coming at him. If he knew, he wouldn't have done it because it was Big DeBoge and his opponent, Oliver, coming at him. And just turned his body a little bit, which probably helped him a bit, didn't it, in the end? But it was McInerney, their +1, who was the one that was able to set that play up. So we've sort of got the +1 for Caulfield playing against the +1 for Camberwell at the moment. That seems to be setting up a lot of the forward plays or forward opportunities for both teams.
So chance for a quick response. We saw Camberwell have a great run through the near side wing before and got inside 50, and then Caulfield responded with their own. A great mark that deserves a finish. Like I said, he'd be a bit sore after going back with the flight there. He's kicked one already. Kane Watson, can he kick one here to restore the lead for his team? Across the face, unfortunately. Deserved a goal after that effort. Minor score. Caulfield back in front, albeit by 1. 5-7-36 plays 5-6-36. 14 gone. Third quarter here. Fly from behind. Geez, that was a big fly. Just couldn't hold on. It's going to be coming straight back in here for Caulfield, but over everybody. Good mark there from McGowan. And just kicks it straight back to the man that kicked it to him in McInerney.
It's a downfall for both sides, isn't it? That last kick inside 50.
It has. A lot of flies around it. A lot of guys staying down wide. Got tackled. So can they lock it in here?
Watt's been busy, hasn't he? For the ball, he's quite dangerous. He's one that Camberwell certainly need to keep an eye on.
Ball thrown up here, about 40 metres out. And Caulfield's goal spun into the tackle there that time. Just got rid of it. It's taking the territory hard again. Sidestep did really well. He's had a good quarter, hasn't he? That kick there coming out of D50. Nothing forward here for Camberwell. No one forward of the ball. Just got to find a way to get a stoppage. Great tackle. Got it out. Nothing to kick to of any description. Just a high kick aiming for Thomas to do something special. He couldn't. Handball to himself in the fact, but again, the bounce of the footy so cruel. Needs a stoppage. Gets a stoppage near side.
Oh, Camberwell will take that, won't they? Because they had nothing ahead of the ball, and that's where a stoppage is a good result. Or you just got to wait for the numbers to catch up so you can just start continually trying to get ground as you're going up against the wind.
So thrown in here. 15 and a half gone here. Third quarter. 1 point lead for Caulfield. It's going to be a low scoring affair. I feel like every goal is almost worth 2. There's a lot of bodies around it. Near side, close to the boundary line. They do keep it in, but he handballed it straight to the other team. McCall was able to shake the tackle. Good run down tackle there. Will be a ball in. Both teams pressure this entire game. You can tell what it means for both teams because their pressure has been unreal.
And again, Camberwell with the stoppage win. Something that, it seems this quarter in particular, they've been able to get on top in.
So thrown in here again. Both rucks going at it. One at ground level by Caulfield. Not something we've said too many times today as that man again, Watt, close to the line. Good tackle will be a ball up. And he said he has been he's popped up in some really good spots Waddy, obviously, he's kicked a goal earlier, just missed one before. I said, you've got to know where he is at all times.
Just looked him up too. He's a Sandy Dragons listed player, so he's obviously got a bit of talent and coming back to his home club.
Oh, nearly had the run-down tackle there. There's that one there, high kick, good mark there, McInerney. He's been really impressive. That's, of course, being Hamish McInerney, that one, and the rain now is starting to fall at Gordon Barnard Oval, making things a little bit more difficult. The conditions have been tough already. Kick now onto the far side. It's retreating to go backwards and just to take a breath. And good kick over there. And it's just been this next kick. You have a look inside 50 here at the moment. That next kick, it's just all Caulfield. And Thomas at the back hoping to do something special. And that's what forces the short kick there. That means that they have to thump it over. So the structure down the ground, I would say, Luke, from Caulfield's been really good in their defence. And then Camberwell just haven't been able to really break it down throughout the game.
Yeah, and I think, though, Camberwell wouldn't be too fussed with it. Just trying to slow the game down a little bit, going against the breeze, see if they can pick these sort of short passes in. As I said earlier, the stoppages, they're going well in the stoppages, so they don't mind stoppages either. I think they can get the ball on their terms, owning the footy or getting stoppages, and rather than being open, that's going to play in their favour. There we go, it's another stoppage win.
Well, they're starting to add up here at the moment. That one just out of the reach of Thomas. He's already kicked 4. He's got it here now. He's chasing a bag, and that one there from the boundary goes to a really hot spot. Great body work. Well done. And it is Harry Lawkins there taking the mark. Great use of the body there, Luke.
Yeah, definitely, and that's his strength. And he's a mid-sized player that is very strong and very good in the one-on-ones. And he just knew where the ball was going to drop and own that position. Thomas was pretty good getting it to him as well, wasn't he? And Allen, who won that stoppage to get the ball forward. So three of their big names combining there to give them their second goal against the breeze. Puts them in a really good spot.
Spot on, puts it through there. That's his first in Lawkins. He's had a few opportunities, but was able to take that one there. And as you said, they're big guns, all a part of that play. And it's just a back and forth game here at the moment. It's great to watch. Back and forth with the weather as well. As soon as I say the rain's falling, then you can see the sun coming out. So we really have had all 4 seasons here today. So 19 minutes gone here, third quarter. Camberwell get the lead back. 6-6-42 plays 5-7-37 on the Vicpol Lighting Solutions scoreboard.
So again, here's where we've got to go. There's another 10 minutes to go, and will Caulfield own this sort of 10 minutes? It seems that the game's sort of been playing out. Both teams seem to be owning 10, 15-minute patches. Caulfield really need to own this last 10 minutes.
Certainly do, and they do get a clearance. Mark was dropped. It's going to be hard to mark the footy at any part of the ground. Great run-down tackle, holding the ball, and 50 as well. Not sure what that one was for. No, it was Fraser Wells, and they're going to run here nice and quickly. He goes short, not the kick, unfortunately. And McInerney again, geez, he's had some. Hamish McInerney, he would have at least 8-9 intercept marks.
He's been the thorn in Camberwell's side, hasn't he? He's taken a lot of intercept marks. But, that's the trade-off, I guess, for the coaches at the moment, because Ben Hart on the other side, he's doing a great job for Camberwell.
That one there, they got a little bit of run, but just tried to play a little bit too quick given the conditions. McCall, he's been everywhere. Good kick to Thomas. I would say from here he is probably too far out to score, given he's 85 from home, but goes out wide. Good mark taken by James Allen again. The captain goes inside one-hander, couldn't hold on. Whistle. Free kick, Camberwell.
Geez, James Allen worked really hard there to find that bit of space for the kick for Thomas. That's why they got their shot on goal. He saw where the space was and worked his guts off to get into that space, take the mark, and then turn it inside out for free kick.
Now, sometimes when you just put your body on the line, you get rewarded for it. And I think that's what's happened with Camberwell the last few minutes. So chance for a game-high lead for Camberwell on the right. And he's slotted it home. And you can hear over our left shoulder, they are starting to like that. Good finish there. And as I said, it's a game-high lead now.
All 3 goals for Camberwell against the scoring end. Well, I think, though, the breeze seems to has dropped a little bit, though, I would say, this quarter. So maybe it's not as bad as what we're thinking. But I think it's you said, Caulfield need to find something here in these next few minutes to get the game back on.
Well, they did do that in the second quarter. They really had nothing going for them and got something going in that last few minutes. Can they repeat that here, or can Camberwell put a gap in this? Harker again, he's been brilliant. Goes on his right foot and close to the line, will be fact over the line. Again, they're really winning those contests and stoppage battles at the moment.
Yeah, another big win from Harker, wasn't it? So again, they get territory. Stoppages, they just need to even these up a bit more, Caulfield.
Thrown in again here. 22 and a half gone, third quarter here at Gordon Barnard Reserve. Had all 4 seasons of weather thus far. Ball kicked into the middle, into the mud patch. Big ball to win here for Caulfield if they can do it. Well done there from Wells. Not tackled in the end, will be a ball up. Very much right in the centre. Thrown up again here. Need to start winning some of these 50-50 battles, Caulfield, if they want to walk away from here with the victory. As it's kicked out here to the near side. Here's an opportunity to go inside 50, but they need some options to present. Comes back inside. Brilliant kick.
Yeah.
Not paid, actually. It's been touched. Oh, I looked down at my team sheet to see who marked it and then looked up and saw him getting tackled. So
I didn't see that either.
It was unlucky. It was a great kick from Neve, but might have just clipped a finger on the way through. The kick itself deserved to be paid a mark. It was an absolute beauty.
Well, that's the second time he's been able to find that that little spot there. He did one in the second quarter as well, so he's a very good kick.
Here is Hart. He's going to handball backwards. Just shows his experience there. Very well done. And then they can escape with pressure. I think there'd be an interesting discussion at three-quarter time, Luke, what they do with that spare, because it feels like Hart this quarter has really stopped any sort of forward entry. And if they're behind at three-quarter time, you've got to think they equalise that.
Yeah, you would think, well, if Caulfield will be going to what we thought was the non-scoring end as well. So they'll be the ones who have to make the decision on whether they want to have a plus one themselves. As you said, they probably would take that off for the last quarter, having to score.
24 and a half gone, third quarter here. Had a little bit of rain this quarter, had a lot of wind for a passage now. Wind has died off, and who knows, could pick up again. McInerney got tackled as he kicked, just kept in the field of play. Tiptoeing on the boundary line over on the far side. It's won by Caulfield. Kick forward. Will be coming back, no advantage paid. So over on the far side. Ball just slowly making its way back, so it gives a chance for Camberwell to set themselves up.
Yeah, plenty of numbers ahead of the footy now, isn't it? So this is going to be Caulfield just going to have to work their way up now through this and not just bomb it away.
It's a lot of players sort of leading, but none of them with any sort of conviction, so they have to go on to what it flies. Doesn't get anywhere near it. It was a big fly from him.
Yeah, man, Watt is a bit of the highlight reel, isn't he?
He is. He wasn't too far away from that one, and he does have a fair bit of a leap on him. So he is around this contest. Could he pop up again, as you said, on that Sandy Dragons list? There's that kick there. They're going to try and run now. I just feel like every 50-50 ball this quarter has gone Camberwell's way. And look at the wave now. They go to their captain in Allen. He's a good user of the footy. From 50, sort of didn't get good connection with the kick. Does it stay in the field of play? It does, so it will be a throw-in. So it could have been better, but also could have been a lot worse.
Really noticeable then from that stoppage from Allen that after the stoppage, the Camberwell guys were on their bike ahead of the Caulfield guys. There's a wave of the dark blue and the white were chasing. So Camberwell were getting in numbers and able to transition that ball up.
So thrown in here. A goal before three-quarter time would not be a backbreaker, but it would be an almighty effort if Caulfield could come back from that. James Harker flies just over his head. Ball sort of ping-ponging around on the far side. Again, they just seem to be winning every single 50-50 ball, Camberwell, and they're going to have another example of that here. Another grubber kick.
Got nothing to kick to after this.
And now can they get some run? They got nothing forward. at all. They take on the tackle and put them under a lot of pressure. Great tackle there, and that'll be rewarded. It will be. But you can just see already, Camberwell, they got 3 guys inside defensive 50 before Caulfield have a single one inside 50.
Yeah, it's probably time now for them to be thinking about taking off the extra and trying to even those numbers up.
Well, speaking of even, they could get something on the board. Just there, missing to the left of the goals. McInerney there wasn't able to put it through. That felt like that would have been a huge goal there. They've just got it here on this near side. They're moving much quicker this quarter, Camberwell, and been a bit more cleaner with the footy as well than they were in the first half.
Yeah, I think that win's just not having that impact now as much as what it was in the first half.
Certainly has. Brilliant done there from Joshua Gale, and not the kick he would have wanted. It's just sort of tumbling towards the line. Both teams wouldn't mind it being over the line, and it will be thrown in. So just under 28 minutes gone here. Again, high stoppage game, so still time left in this quarter. Can Camberwell really make it hard, or can Caulfield get one against the run here late in this quarter? All right, ball thrown in right on the 50-metre arc here for Camberwell. Good tackle shown there.
This is exactly what Camberwell will be after. Stoppage after stoppage. Take this out to three-quarter time.
Handball out here to Allen. Side steps. Can he find someone inside 50? Not a bad spot to kick it. Chases after it. Harker goes back. Had time to fumble here. Goes on his left. Great precision. Well done. And it's Lockie Harker who will line up from 25 out directly in front. And he's been everywhere today. The only thing he hasn't done is put one through the sticks, and he's got a great opportunity now to kick the 8th goal today for Camberwell.
Yeah, it was a good bit of composure from Purcell, wasn't it? He just, again, took that little moment just to lower the eyes, and Harker's just sitting there on his own. Big kick. If they win this, it's going to be a nice lead for them.
Huge kick if he can put it through, and he does. He has been everywhere today, and he deserves a goal, and he's got one right on the siren as well. So well done, Camberwell, that quarter. As you said, Lachlan Purcell, just with the composure there, could have been easily forgiven for having a shot at goal, but lowered the eyes, and he showed his experience there in his 50th game. And well done, Lockie Harker, to put that one through. So three-quarter time, 8 goals, 6-54. Camberwell lead 5-8, 38 Caulfield. Now, they've got to be the history, Caulfield, of coming back, especially last week. You don't have to go back too far. 3 goals down in time on. They've won their last 5 games by under 14 points, so they do know how to win from this position, but it'll be an almighty effort to do it again.
Yeah, well, I think they were 3 goals down with 5 minutes to go last week and managed to get over, so that's something that I know Sats talks about. They feel like they're never out of the game, but they're really going to have to find that little bit extra in the last quarter going against what we thought is the scoring end. But you know, that win dropping off a little bit probably helped Camberwell, but Camberwell's ball movement into the non-scoring end was great to watch. Just lowered their eyes a bit more, were able to find that short pass or that overlap run, used the numbers that they had behind the ball really well, and more importantly, I think every time there was a stoppage, the stoppages seemed to go in Camberwell's way to give them that opportunity to go forward. And so I'm sure that's something that Caulfield will be talking about, how they start to get a bit more ascendancy around the ball. And the question will be around the +1 that we just talked about during the contest as well, because Ben Hart's doing a lot of damage for them, sitting behind the footy, and while McInerney's doing the same, it probably just means that the ball just seemed to be more in Camberwell's half of the ground than what it was Caulfield's.
Well, it's a big last quarter here for both teams. Obviously, we spoke pre-game about what it does mean for finals as we get into the business end of the season. But we're going to take a quick break here for three-quarter time thanks to Mitchell Partners. It is 54-38. Camberwell lead. Big last quarter coming up. Don't go anywhere here on vaffa.com.au. Welcome back to VAFA TV. Last quarter action here in the Premier Bees showcase round. All Premier Bees matches being streamed live on vafa.com.au. And, well, it was a Camberwell's quarter there. They kept Caulfield to no goals that quarter. Only the 4 behinds for them and 4 goals to Camberwell's way. They now lead 8-6-54 to 5-8-38 on the SCM Financial Group. Make your money work for you scoreboard. A big last quarter. They know how to come from behind, Caulfield. They've done it the last few weeks. As we said just before we went for a quick break, they were down 3 goals with pretty much 5 minutes left last week and stormed over the top of Williamstown. So they can do it. As I said, they've won their last 5 games. All have been under 14 points. They've had plenty of practice in these types of games, but they have to turn a few things around because Camberwell were really getting on top in all facets of the game, whether it be their ball movement, their stoppage work, or just winning those 50-50 contests. So they're going to need to really change the trend in what's been an interesting game because the conditions have changed and changed again. We were shivering about 20 minutes ago and it was pouring rain, and now the sun's out, the wind stopped, and the conditions, well, they haven't been great, but at least it's not swirling wind anymore.
Yeah, Jordan, it's a big last quarter coming up, and just looking at the results around the ground, Old Geelong are beating Old Ivanhoe by a couple of points, and Carey beating Williamstown. So this game takes on a little bit more meaning for Camberwell if they want to stay within that finals hunt.
Exactly right. That Around the Grounds update brought to you by Wellsman Group Around the Ground. So we talked about how much it means for both these teams. We'll see what either team can do here in this last quarter. Another smother, saw a lot of them early. Harker in there as well. He's been one of the better ones here today. Kicked goal just before three-quarter time to give them the lead they currently have. Caulfield going to the left of your screen in this quarter. Camberwell to the right. Good tackle there, and will be a stoppage about 65 metres out from Caulfield's goal.
And one thing we chatted about towards the end of the third quarter about whether the +1 will be taken off, and that has been. So we've got 5v5 ahead of the footy at one end and 6v6 at the other end.
Yeah, it's got to take it on. It's got to be the message here. We know we've done it before. They've just got to take it on and start winning those contests. And that one there, good mark in defence, and they can just take a breath here. Camberwell goes down the line, not the spin you want to have on a kick, and well done from McInerney in front. Good follows up with a second effort as well. I think both players wanting the boundary line. And it's Hamish McInerney, that is, probably been the best player for Caulfield today. I thought in defence he's taken some crucial marks and even come up the ground at certain stages, Luke.
Yeah, he's had a great game, and as I say that, and about the +1, it looks like he's just dropped off and rolled off as well. But Camberwell have got their forward that's gone up to the stoppage.
McCall, he has been one of their better ones as well. As that kick goes inside 50 now, can they really make it hard and get one early now? Kick inside 50, a little bit of holding going on. In fact, more than a little. Will be a free kick, and it will be Harry Lawkins, who's kicked one already, and chance for a perfect start to this last quarter. And it would be 5 goals in a row if he's able to put this one through. So it really has changed here in the second half.
Yeah, and Thomas was good there, wasn't he? Like for a big guy, he's very agile, and to be able to just flick that quick handball out to Finlayson, and again, one-on-ones ahead of the footy. Defenders can sometimes snuck it in.
Just snuck it home. Harry Lawkins said from my angle there, that looked very, very close, but he's just snuck it home, and that's a big goal out to a game-high 22-point lead now. That's his second, and they're going to take some catching now. They've kicked 5 in a row. They know what it is on the line. They've got to, in such a tight competition, to get that 4th spot as it probably seems at the moment. They've just got to keep winning, and they put themselves in position 1A now. 2 minutes gone, last quarter.
Again, that forward entry from a stoppage win on the wing by old Camberwell. They've certainly taken over in the second half there.
Well, they need to get something going here, Caulfield. We've seen many times this season that they can leave it late, but if they give up the next one, it'd be, in the way this game's kicked, they've only kicked 5 goals, and to win they'd have to kick 6. So it's really getting to a point now where the numbers are starting to come in. Campbell will be very happy to just let some time chew off the clock, as it'll go back to Hart here, who again, there's been some good players for both sides. He's definitely been one of them.
So as this guy with the footy as well, Holding's certainly been one of their better players for Camberwell.
So it goes down the line. Bounce really didn't favour anyone from Camberwell. They go backwards here, put his man under a lot of pressure. Need to just get a kick to gain some territory. We go straight to Thomas. Couldn't quite get the fist of the ball. McInerney again does well. Bit of an underground handball. Gets some run now. Now it's back to the other McInerney. The McInerney's combining. This one going long. That was Sam McInerney, that is. Goes long. Can someone create some magic here for Caulfield? It's just sort of second effort, socket it backwards. Great pressure there from Camberwell. Well done there. Fraser Wells with a kick, and Allen's got it here. I feel like they're winning every single contest at the moment. That one goes to Harker. He let it bounce. Runs his full measure. Kicks inside looking for Thomas. Couldn't quite. McInerney again under pressure. Goes with a left foot. High kick. Good mark taken that time. Coming out of D50, and feel like they've just got to get some run in their game. And this is a big kick here over on the far side. Got to win it, you'd think. It's just those 50-50 ones they can't win at the moment, and Hart's got it now for Camberwell. Ball kicked again. McInerney, geez, he's probably had about 6 touches so far this quarter. Over on the far side, good mark taken.
So it looks like Oscar Roberts, one of their key backs, has gone forward.
Great kick into the middle to Sam McInerney. Then he goes laterally. Elwood. Too far out to score. Just needs some movement inside 50. Goes out into the pocket, flies, goes over the back of everyone. We're close to the line. Over the line, in fact.
Camberwell just do seem like they're just spreading really hard at the moment, being able to find those little uncontested marks themselves, own a bit of the footy. They're working really hard. Allens, Harker, McCall, Gale, those guys are finding a lot of space at the minute.
So ball thrown in here, 5.5 gone, last quarter. Camberwell lead by 22, 60-38. Caulfield need to get something going here and get something going quick. So again, rinse and repeat. Another throw in here. A lot of bodies around. It's been a high stoppage game. Ball just coming out. Should be another stoppage, will be. They'll be very happy with this, Camberwell.
So Camberwell got 5 forwards ahead of the ball. McInerney playing off one, and so Camberwell forward going up into Caulfield's forward line.
As again, they just get another stoppage inside their own defensive 50, but again, just taking precious seconds off the clock. Can someone create something here for Caulfield? Will be another ball up.
Well, what's the one here? Look, just then that was just nearly there, tapped to what was on his own. It was streaming through. Just one to watch here.
Well, he's been a little bit of an X factor. Can he get a bit more reward for his effort today? Ball slowly moving forward. Can someone get a boot to it? Again, no one able to take clear possession. Should be another stoppage. So they've chewed off probably a good minute here. Just inside their own defensive 50. They want to get it out here. Ball thrown up almost in the goal square. Harker just throws it on the boot, close to the line. In fact, centimetre perfect, and just got it inside the field of play. Another stoppage.
Yeah, this is playing to Camberwell's what they were after, isn't it? Just stoppage after stoppage.
So thrown in here again. And need to get some movement here if you're Caulfield. High tackle, free kick. And I believe it's Will Edwards underneath that pack. And it is. Got taken high. And he'll have an opportunity here to break a five goals in a row, which has been from Camberwell. They haven't kicked a goal this half, Caulfield. He's got an opportunity here about 40 metres out. Slight angle. Feels like this has to go through for Caulfield.
Yeah, Edwards has been one of their better players today in the midfield, and looks someone that they'll be looking for to get them going, and this is a perfect opportunity for him. Very experienced player, played rep footy before. I'd back him in from here.
Huge kick. Didn't get great connection on that at all. It almost looked like a torp. Now, he wasn't meaning to do a torp, but just didn't get connection on it. Misses to the right.
I'll take credit for that one.
Yeah, the old good mark on the far side. You can hear what the pundits think there with Thomas taking that mark, and he goes quickly. End-to-end footy here at the moment. Could be a 12-point swing, as they say. Kicked out here now. Just got to stay in for them, you'd think. Does it sit? It does. Can he keep his feet? Right foot, well done. Potentially a game-saving smother there. Awesome job from the defenders there of Caulfield. Ran about 50 metres there. Great job. Keeps them in it. But again, with that transition play, which we've seen in the entire second half, is what's broken this game open.
Yeah, the longer the game's gone, isn't it, the more space has been, and Camberwell been moving it really well.
End-to-end footy. Amazing smother there from Cooper, but they still are in their own defensive 50. Free kick. Going McInerney's way. Sam McInerney.
McInerney's starting to get a bit more this quarter.
Great kick, but it's almost surprised. Maybe he was surprised it got to him. He dropped it. And you can hear what the coaches down below think that might have been. As I said, just under 10 minutes gone here. Last quarter. 21-point lead. Just had an opportunity before through Edwards to kick their first goal of the second half, Caulfield. Feel like they need to get one the next 2 to 3 minutes. There'll be a block free kick going Camberwell's way. Feel like it's been a while since Thomas has put his name. He's kicked 4. Can he kick his 5th? It wouldn't be going to him this time. They go a bit deeper. Gets out the back. Numbers here with Campbell at ground level, but well done in defence by that man again in Hamish McInerney. But good mark again by your man, the captain in James Allen. He really has stepped up in those big moments, hasn't he?
Well, since he copped that whack in the jaw in the first quarter, it sort of woke him up a bit, or the second quarter. His second half's been huge. You can just see there too, Caulfield were all conscious about Thomas. Thomas was leading out, and he must have had 5 on him there at that time. And Camberwell were good enough to put the pressure on that kick to make it a bit of a dumb kick out, and Allen was in the right spot.
Well, he's kicked one already. The definition of a captain's goal would be from 50 metres out. Has it got the carry on it? Just misses to the right. Feel like if that had gone through, this pavilion right here might have fallen down. That looked pretty good, but it is a minor score. So 9-7-61 plays 5-9-39. And oh no! Coming straight out of fullback and kicks it straight to Garnett Brennan. And you can hear a few supporters giving a bit of stick to the guy who's kicking out of fullback. And real coach killer. There's been a few of them, hasn't there?
Yeah, well, McInerney hasn't made many mistakes today, but that's one hurts.
It's his first one. He's played a great game, but well, Brennan here, I feel like this is almost the game on his boot here to make it a 28-point game and to make him really hurts across the face. Thump through for a minor score. Haven't quite put them to the sword. They've had opportunities to. McInerney. Better kick coming out this time. That should be a free kick, will be.
See Caulfield a bit more urgent now, aren't they? They're certainly trying to get things moving quickly, taking a lot more risk, going through the middle.
Good run now through the middle. Just dropped that one in the mud pit in the middle, so a few players slipping and sliding. Good tackle there. Ball up, but they've advanced it, Caulfield. They've got to get something off this, though. Ball thrown up. No ruck able to get to it. Will be another stoppage.
Camberwell well set up behind the ball with a +1.
They go here again. Sort of thumped forward. McInerney couldn't keep his feet. Handballed it straight to Allen. He's popped up again. Really has been everywhere thus far. And now they'll get some run. Advantage paid. Gale goes in 550. Is this Thomas's moment? It is!
Well, it's that man again, wasn't it, Allen, who started it? Won the centre clearance, or won the stoppage, gave the hands out to the runner, and Josh Gale, who's another one who's had a great game for Camberwell, and then kicked to the dangerous target forward.
Liam Thomas, he's kicked 4 already. He's for his 5th for a bag for a Michelle Pfeiffer, and to make it not the dagger, but make it incredibly difficult. 30 metres out, slight angle, leading goal kicker here in this competition. Got the Dukes out with that one. Just needs to finish the job and finish the job for Camberwell. And he does. Camberwell's 10th goal. 10-8, 68, plays 5-9, 39, 29-point margin. That's his fifth. What a game he's had, and it's going to be hard now.
Well, they've kicked, the last 6, I think, now. And so Caulfield are going to have to kick 6 in a row in 15, 20 minutes. It's going to be a hard ask, and they've sort of been peppering the last 5 minutes, Camberwell, and just needed to get that one that to try and put it beyond reach. Probably close to being at that now, but let's see if Caulfield have got something left. You know, they keep fighting it out.
He kicked 5 last week. Thomas, so it's back-to-back 5s for him, so well done. Need to get something going now. Let's kick inside 50, and, well, this would be an opportunity to get one. They go with a kick laterally. Needs to be marked, got one hand to it, couldn't hold on. Will be a stoppage. Just need a sneak one here. Where's our man?
He won the centre clearance there. They put him in the midfield now.
Oh, he is, and he's nearly at this contest. He tackles Allen. Just need one little bit of magic, and who knows what could happen. Kicked out now. That could sit for him. There we go. Sort of a nothing kick up in the air, and, well, that might just be what they need to break what has been a 6 goals in a row here for Campbell. They have not kicked a goal this half, Caulfield.
Well, it was fortunate, but it was. I'll give him credit. I'll say it was. He meant it. He kicked to space, and Roberts was good enough to see where that space was, and he was in front.
Oh, he's got it through. That's maybe just the one. There's still time here. 15 minutes gone last quarter. And they needed a quick response. They did get it. So 23 points to the margin. So if you have just joined us, it's been a bit of a back-and-forth game. I feel like Camberwell's been the better team throughout, but Caulfield just had like 4 or 5 minute spurts where they kicked 2-3 goals and kept them in it in that first half. Obviously went in with a lead. But Camberwell have dominated for a lot of the game, not getting the reward that they would have loved, but they've got the reward here in the second half. That being said, there's still time left, and if anyone knows how to come back from margins late in games, it's a Caulfield team that have won their last 5 games. So far from over, holding the ball.
Here they go again.
If they could get another one here, they said there's still plenty of time. Just a tick under 16 minutes gone here last quarter, kick inside 50. Good mark taken, Fraser Wells. He's had a big second half.
Yeah, look, that's it. That's about his third or fourth intercept, isn't it, for Wells? He's had a great second half.
And that's got to be a free kick on the far side, and will be. Well done from James Harker. And he'll go short. Trying to get some run now on that far side. Goes to Thomas over his head. So a lot of space inside 50 here for Camberwell. Swings onto his right. Good option to go to. Great mark. Joshua Blue there. Great kick and an even better mark right there, and a chance for an immediate response and to push the margin back out to 29 points.
Yeah, dangerous kick. Turning it back inside in a one-on-one, and a great mark. A great kick as well, and awareness to look inside and see if he had an option. Again, Camberwell, when they've been able to own that footy on the outside wing, they've just been able to transition it really quickly to get those one-on-ones ahead of the ball.
So Joshua Blue, just inside 50. It's a booming kick, and he's got it. Big kick there from Blue, back out to a 29-point margin. Their 11th goal of the day. And again, just brilliant ball movement. Got out the back there. A great kick inside, great mark. And when they really have transitioned the footy well and hit their targets, they've looked very, very dangerous here in this second half.
And it all started from Wells, didn't it, when he took that great mark, that intercept mark, going back with the flight and being able to get that transition going.
So 17.5 gone. 11-8, 74. Camberwell lead 6-8-45. On the SCM Financial Group scoreboard. They've got to start kicking goals and start kicking them now. That one there just almost in the chest of his direct opponent. Now they've got some run here. Sort of a low kick in, long kick inside 50, should I say. Good defence here from Caulfield. McInerney has been everywhere. Kicked on the left there. Good mark taken from Mackenzie. Just got to go here. Just got to rather lose by 40 than lose
switch
by.
the ball there. But they've got numbers on the outside. Going to go down the line.
Well done there from Mackenzie. That's the kick you got to have, and a good mark there from Edwards. They give it. Oh, it's the right option, but a shocking handball and a big hit. Well done from Hart. Just throws it forward. Not a bad kick, just landed short of any Caulfield players. Thrown on the boot as well from Camberwell. Harks just bounce over Harker's head, but they do have numbers. Well done, Allen, again. Another big play from the captain. Harker just slipped as he kicked. McInerney now for Caulfield. They're going to have to try and use a corridor. They do. Mark needed and taken. Tries to sidestep or put himself under so much pressure that he didn't need to. Big 50-50 ball there. Put his head over the footy. Great job there. Deserves a stoppage. Well done. Patrick Blue right there. Big bit of play for Camberwell.
Well, Blues had a couple of big minutes, hasn't he? The last couple of minutes. Good mark, good goal, and then important stoppage there.
High kick over to the near side. Bounce could be cruel. Does suit Finlayson. Goes right on the arc of 50. Good spoil from behind. In fact, no, it wasn't. And it'll be Vaichu's got it here, and
no
runners
rushing.
yelling out, take your time. You don't know if he's quite got the journey on him. Does go short. It's for the big man himself. He does well to bring it to ground. Gets it back. Sidesteps. Comes off the foot. This could go through. You're kidding.
Oh. We just might have got our goal of the day, I think, Jordan.
The most accidental goal you'll ever see. Harry Lawkins, that's his third. Went to snap it, came off his ankle, and somehow found its way through. And if that doesn't show the stars are with Camberwell today, nothing will. Oh, it's a funny game sometimes there. All the skill errors we've seen today, and that one there, one of the worst, and he's found a way to get a goal out of it.
Yeah, I think that was a set play, was it, where he just pulled the kick, but he knew he didn't have the journey, ball fell short, and Lawkins threw it on the boot and rolled his way through. But again, that pressure that from Brew, was it? Blue earlier, making that stoppage was the result. It was the start of that.
Certainly was. An unassailable now 35-point lead. It's just been a second half blitz from Camberwell. 8 goals kicked in this second half. Only the 2 for Caulfield. So Allen again in the middle, fighting right to the end. It'll be interesting to see where these two teams sit on the ladder at the end of this game. There really could be some implications going into the final round. Final couple of rounds, should I say, of the season. Trying to get those top 4 positions.
Camberwell play Old Geelong and Williamstown the last 2 rounds, and Caulfield have Hampton and Trinity.
Here's Allen. He's just been everywhere. And speaking of everywhere, great mark from McInerney. He's been really, really good, Hamish McInerney, and just hasn't had enough guys go with him. But he's one that, marks-wise, he'd be easily at almost 20 marks. He's just been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been one of the winners today for Caulfield. Yeah, definitely their best player today.
So it goes sort of through the middle a little bit. Just under 22 minutes gone here, last quarter. It's been a much more free-flowing game here in the second half. It was a really high stoppage first quarter and second quarter. Good run-down tackle there. Over on the far side, no one able to keep their footing. Now they're really starting to have a bit of fun and get some run now through the middle. McCall, he's been good, gives it up. It's just running in waves here at the moment. Harker, he's been one of their best, goes along on the ground. I don't think he meant it. Not out of danger yet, though. Caulfield just able to escape further bleeding. Again, ball over on that far side where it's lived for most of the game. McInerney off the deck, just keeps it moving forward. But one in the middle and just kick over here, and I think he's been given the message just to slow things down as Joshua Gale, who again, much like Allen, just had those moments in the games where he's done really well and kick inside here, and good mark taken defence from Mackenzie.
Yeah, you can see Camberwell got their tails up now, don't they? They were just running in waves there when the ball was out.
Should be a stoppage here in the middle of the ground, and will be. So their 5-game winning streak, Caulfield's going to come to an end. And, well, Camberwell, they've won 4 out of their last 5. 2 teams that came in with a lot of form to speak of. And Camberwell's just been the better team from the jump. Was 2 players, bit of friendly fire there, and just hoping he got the winded take out of him there, and no head knock. I think he's okay. There's Robert West there, who came off second best with his teammate. Knocked down straight to McCall as, again, just take a guess who's sitting under it. I know he has been the spare man, but he is. I didn't know he had it today, I'd just go McInerney. Might not even been him, he's just been everywhere.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's shaking anyone's hand at the end of the game because he hasn't had an opponent, but he has put himself in the right spot all day inside Camberwell's 50, and you said he's probably taken 20 marks and had about 30 kicks.
It's turned over on the far side. And again, they'll be very happy to just take a little bit out of this. Is that kick there, though, that shows that they still have an initiative to try and put some more on the scoreboard. Thomas was in there again. He's kicked 5. He'll be hunting to get his 6th. But here's McInerney down through the middle. Bit of a grubber kick, but good mark taken. It'll be interesting to see if he'll go quickly here. In fact, he might just slow down and make sure of it. A bit indecisive here. He's got McInerney short. But eventually he does decide he's going to back himself in here.
This will be a big kick.
So, goes on the right here. Don't think distance is the problem. It's just drifting a little bit. Misses to the left-hand side. Minor score. So 34-point margin, just a tick under 25 gone here last quarter. And Camberwell, again, they've dominated possession and clearances and inside 50s from the jump. Just didn't get the reward in the first half, but they have in this second, and that's why they hold this commanding lead as it stands here at the moment. Good tackle shown Harker. He has been probably their best, I'll be hesitant to say, and that's a big call considering Thomas has kicked a bag. Again, they go short. Good mark. They go laterally. And so, well, if Thomas can get his 6, it might be an interesting discussion who's the best on here. I'd say Harker would be close to 35 touches, and he's kicked 1. Where's Thomas? He's got 5 goals. Could he get a 6 here? Just at the back of that contest, wasn't able to impact it. And clearing defensive 50 now is Caulfield, but once again, it's something they struggle with all game. It's coming straight back in. And there should be ball ping-ponging around here. A lot of bodies around it. They just get it out here. McInerney again. Handball back. Brilliant. Well done there that time. Shook a couple of tackles there. Again, though, just not able to be clean with it. Just need to get out of danger, and they do.
Ball's bouncing around a lot more now, isn't it? There hasn't been any stoppages or breaks in play anymore. It's a lot more open. And I think, Camberwell just should be looking to own the footy as much as possible. There's no rush here for them. 26-minute mark of the last quarter. They've got a nice lead.
Exactly right. As well, we will get a rare stoppage in this quarter, as it seems. 26 and a half gone last quarter. 12-8-80. Camberwell lead by 34 points over Caulfield. 6-10-46 on the SCM Financial Group scoreboard. Right, thrown up again, just inside 50 here for Campbell. Can they get one more here and really put the icing on the cake on what's been a great day for them? Of course, celebrating a couple of milestones. Thomas Oliver, his 100th game, they'll be very happy with the performance they put for him, along with Lachlan Purcell, who's 50 games today as well. So well done to those two. And they'll be walking off here with a win. It's now Caulfield try to launch through the middle. McInerney set him up, but did well to get it back. And I think there's long left, and there it is. There's a siren. Well done, Camberwell. A better team from the very first bounce to the final siren. They win by 34 points, 12-8-80 to 6-10-46. Just dominance in all three facets of the game, you would think. Little passages in that first half kept Caulfield in. In fact, they were up at half-time, but eventually it was just a weight of numbers. At some stage, they were going to run out of puff, and they needed to start winning it. They weren't able to, but well done, Camberwell, and they take one more step, and a big step, in fact, given what other results may hold going towards finals.
Yeah, no, you're right, Jordan. It was an impressive second half, wasn't it, from Camberwell? The third quarter and the premiership quarter, as they say, they just moved the ball really well into the non-scoring end and just owned it a lot more, were able to just transition the ball up through just those short kicks and the overlap run and got some really good looks on goal. Conversely, on the other side, set really well up behind the ball, led by Ben Hart, using his experience there. He just drop off, and then be able to launch from that back line. It was really impressive win from Camberwell, and things might play out that they might play these guys again in the first final. They'll give them a lot of confidence to take in the next 2 weeks, knowing they've got Old Geelong and Williamstown, who are also fighting for that 4th position as well.
Well, as we said, it was a must-win for both teams, but you felt Camberwell, they definitely needed it more than Caulfield. Now, Caulfield obviously would be disappointed, but look, let's go through goal of the day, thanks to Acura Counting. Now, we did sort of take the P155, I will say, Harry Lawkins kicking one sort of with his toe that somehow fumbled through, the most accidental goal I've ever seen. But there were some beauties. Allen kicked one that really got him going here in that second quarter. Obviously, Thomas, he kicked 5 goals, so there's plenty to choose from. But I might hand it over to you. I don't know if you wanted to give it to Lawkins for an accidental goal. It is a fair effort to accidentally kick a goal, but goal of the day for you.
Well, yes, that's certainly up there, Lawkins' goal. I'm going to say he meant it in some way, in that he wanted to get it through the goals, but probably not that fashion. Thomas's snap was a beauty early in that. I think it was that second quarter where he put one over the shoulder. But I think the one from Allen at that time in the game was probably one that Caulfield were on top at that stage of the game. Allen just won that stoppage and was able to get it on the boot and have a great finish. For me, just for the moment of where the game was, that was the goal of the day for me.
Absolutely, and well, mark of the day, it was sort of one option for us, and it was a great effort. Unfortunately, he couldn't finish the job, but it was Kane Watt going back with the flight. He got absolutely poleaxed, ended up having a shot at goal, just missed, but it was a courageous mark, and I think that's definitely mark of the day from Kane Watt, who did show a lot. He just, I think once they realised he really was that X factor, he got a bit more attention than he did probably in the first half. Yeah,
it looked like he moved really well and looked quite dangerous when the ball hit the ground in particular, but that was a ripping mark, as we called throughout the game. He turned his body knowing there was traffic coming, and it was great courage to take that mark. So, he's one that I'm sure Caulfield will be hoping for a big last couple of weeks and final series. Of course, we had other options with Hamish McInerney, who must have taken at least 20 marks, but a lot of those were just smart positioning and getting himself in the right positions.
Certainly, and as you said, Hamish McInerney, I think it's pretty unanimous. He was best on for Caulfield. For Old Camberwell, take your pick. Liam Thomas, he kicked a bag. Lawkins ended up with 3. There was Ben Hart in defence, but for me, Lockie Harker, he kicked the 1 goal, but I thought he was just absolutely everywhere. James Allen's also a contender. I think that's what they'll be really pleased with. It wasn't just Thomas kicking a bag, it was the consistent movement, and for me, Lockie Harker was probably best on for me. I don't know if you thought maybe something different. Like I said, James Allen, he had some really huge moments, and not every day you kick 5 and not be mentioned as the best player.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. He was definitely in their top 3. Well, I think we'll agree on that. Yep. But Harker, in particular, early was someone who got Camberwell going in that first quarter, in the first half. He was probably the one that was consistent for the most. But then Allen did start to get going from probably the second quarter onwards, and I thought he had a brilliant second half, along with Josh Gale on the wing as well. I thought he was another one that got a lot of momentum through Gale and forward entry. So you would probably think that out of the half dozen best players on the ground, 5 of them would have been Old Camberwell and Hamish McInerney. But I'll go with you on the Harker one, mate.
Well, it was a great game of footy here, and that'll do us here at Gordon Barnard Reserve. This Premier B's showcase round, great initiative, and Camberwell, well, they did deserve to win. They made it hard for themselves in the first half, but they walk away with 34-point winners. And it'll be interesting to see what the implications are looking forward. But my name is Jordan Moore. Alongside me here in the commentary box has been Luke Mahoney. Been great to bring you all the coverage here on vafa.com.au. Stay tuned, all the socials for next week's games, and it's down to the business end at this level, whether it be the Premier Bs, whatever it might be, so you're going to want to stay tuned. But that'll do us here at Gordon Barnard Reserve. Camberwell getting the chocolates, 12.880. Caulfield 610.46.